It began with a course and a vision, but it's the champions that have made the memories. As we celebrate the 35th year of the memorial, let's reflect on our champions. Their determination and courage are what make me so proud. Their desire to succeed has been evident with every stroke. The colorful Roger Maltby was our first winner in 1976. And last year, Tiger Woods added to the history with his 4th title. In between, our decorated list of champions have combined for 435 PGA Tour wins and 65 major titles. Pretty impressive. So settle in and watch some of the greatest players in the world compete in a tournament that is 35 years young. Welcome to the Memorial.
CBS Sports and the PGA Tour so proudly present the Memorial Tournament, presented by Morgan Stanley. It is part of the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Well, folks, the skies are overcast. The conditions are moist. We endured a 3-hour delay this morning, but they've been out there for over 3 hours now. This is just a superb field on hand here at Muirfield Village. The leaderboard is loaded with young, fearless talent, and they've all come here. Jack Nicklaus's tournament, Jack Nicklaus's course, the Memorial, the 35th time around, and maybe more special than ever. It is going to be an exciting weekend to watch unfold. Will it be a first win ever for 21-year-old Ricky Fowler, the overnight leader who still leads it at the moment? Here's another Ricky making a move. This is a moment ago, Ricky Barnes, 29-year-old in this season of the Roaring 20s on tour. And Barnes goes to 7 under on the day with that eagle. 7 under on the day and 10 under for the tournament, and is now tied for second. And performing all of this wizardry in the company today of Tiger Woods. In his group, Woods is 1 over on the round and back at -2 for the event. So here is how they stand as we come on the air. Barnes holds it for eagle at the 11th. It's Ricky Fowler by 3 over Ricky Barnes. 22-year-old Jason Day, just a winner 2 years ago, or 2 weeks ago at the Nelson. Spencer Levine, Tim Petrovic, Justin Rose, they're all tied for second. Furyk, then on that first page, Brendan DeJong, Sean O'Hare, Steve Marino, Stuart Sink, Phil Mickelson, 1 under for the day, playing the par 5 7th. There's Sabatini and Jeff Overton, Matt Kuchar. Now we're going live to the 5th. Jim Nance, Nick Faldo, and the whole CBS gang, as we were from the beginning here at Muirfield Village. Justin Rose, who missed a putt of about that length right there on the very first hole today for birdie, even on his round. So he's going to have that short one to pick one up, break out of that second place tie. There is Ricky Fowler, rounds of 66, 67. This is his 19th event as a pro. Got this putt for birdie. He's already been twice a runner-up. What a stellar 2 days has been for him, Nick.
Oh, incredible 2 days, considering the fact his first time he ever saw Muirfield Village was 8 o'clock on Tuesday morning. So much for experience.
This is going to be, for Ricky, 5 holes, 5 pars.
Probably not such a bad thing, you know, settling down to some new sensations of leading a prestigious tour event like this.
Again, I referenced the Roaring 20s, Fowler, Barnes, Day, Levine, who's 26, This has been some stretch of golf and golf champions on the PGA Tour. Tim Petrovic has this for birdie. It's Rose, Petrovic, and Fowler in the final grouping of 3. Very nice. So he breaks out of the second place logjam. Although Rose is about to pull right back even with him again, assuming this time he can handle about 1.5 feet.
Well, I'm sure I spent a little bit more time looking at this one than the one he did at the first. He kind of walked off looking very embarrassed to miss a 2-footer. Birdied the 18th last night with a fabulous shot, ran up the back of the green, came back down to only a foot from the hole, then opened up the first, hitting it to 2 feet and missing it.
Not this time. 11 under, 1 under for the day. Rose and Petrovic make 4. Fowler a 5 as they trudge up the hill over to the difficult 6th. Tiger Woods was hole high and some thick rough in 2. Now as this for birdie, he just doubled the 10th after driving it out of bounds.
Quite interesting here. Quite interesting. Jimmy hit it in the left-hand bunker twice, rounds 1 and 2, and then Carl's gone way right to go OB, which is pretty tough to do here at Muirfield Village, really.
Goes back to even for the day and 10 off the lead, held by Fowler. Petrovic and Rose share second. Ricky Barnes, that electrifying eagle as we come on the air. So good to be back here at Muirfield Village. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Nick Faldo in the tower at 18. And I've got to get your thought about this. We talked about all these kids in the 20s on the first page of the leaderboard, some of whom have had recent success, like Jason Day just a couple of weeks ago. But Rory McIlroy right now is in 12th position. He's 3 under on the day and 7 under. And there's another 22-year-old. We got a 21-year-old on top. What do you make out of all of this?
Well, I think it's very, very interesting when you know who has just kind of gone off the radar, that all these youngsters have really stepped up and then they're playing so well. We always talk about, old head on young shoulders, and they're really showing it. The way Ricky Fowler played those first 236 holes, considering he'd hardly seen this golf course, he plotted his way around really well. Obviously the good shots end up in the right place, but it's where you hit your poor shots or your bad shot here at Muirfield Village. You cannot miss topside. These greens are far too fast, they're far too severe, so you can't get up and down. So he plotted his way around. Any misses was in all the right places, which I thought was very impressive.
Now let's talk about some of the stalwarts like Mickelson, who right now, like McIlroy, is at -7 and the tied for 12th. He's on a birdie hole, the 7th hole, you would figure. The par 5 there, and he again is in 12th position, and Tiger is all the way back and right now tied for 26th and 10 off the lead. What about those two? And of course, #1 ranking could be on the line this week.
Exactly. We can deal with Tiger very quickly. He's only hitting 50% of the fairways, and this time he's in more severe positions. Sometimes he gets away with murder, but Phil, I was quite surprised with yesterday. Played great. His first 9, got into it. Then the back 9 had about 3 bogeys in about 6 holes. He couldn't make it inside 10 feet. He was holding everything outside 50 feet though, but finished birdie, which put him back in. And so I kind of sense today he needs to just, obviously this is definitely going to be Phil's moving day, because if he can get some distance between him and Tiger, there's an opportunity. Phil wins this week, Tiger finishes outside 4th, Phil will go to world #1.
It would be a new #1. All right, Nick. Big time feel here, folks, and it's good to have you with us. There's Gary McCord, who was invited to play in the very first Memorial Tournament back in 1976. He's at 16. Ian Baker Finch at 17. David Faraday, Peter Costas reporting from the fairways here at Muirfield Village. We're on the tee right now at the 6th with Justin Rose.
And doing everything right. The swing looking very nice. Now working with Sean Foley. And just as I said, no, it's fine. Anything on the damp fairways is good.
This was earlier Petrovic.
You see the 2 bunkers up the left, 1 down the right. You can really aim at the one on the right and just turn a little draw.
It's pretty impressive to post a couple of birdies the first 2 rounds on the 6th hole.
Especially day 1. Very difficult hole location day 1 in the middle of the green on top of a hog's back. That was Ricky Fowler. It's always a fast flash.
Yes, a quick draw, isn't he? Second this year in Phoenix, second in an event late in the fall last year.
His swings a blur in blue today.
So he's another one of these guys that's just, what, everybody's doing it. All these kids are winning. It's my turn. Maybe that's what he's been thinking this week. Let's go over to 12 now, and here's Barnes trying to back up the eagle at 11.
He might be thinking making 1 here. This is a nice, easy hole location just on the front of the green. Oh, This is what's always interesting with Ricky, his balance.
Well, I tell you what, he balanced it just right, because this is a wonderful shot.
Yeah, if you just watch the body reaction, you think, oh, it's got to be a missed strike.
He has to make, he have to make a big effort to hold his balance, though.
He is 7 under on the round through 11 holes. The leader is all in blue. Ricky Fowler, the rookie, at 21, leads Jack's event. The Memorial Tournament, presented by Morgan Stanley, is sponsored by the Callaway Tour I-Series golf balls. Own the air. Verizon Wireless, America's largest 3G network. And by Morgan Stanley.
If you summarize Penta, it's 5 layers, 5 levels of performance, and the tour players have been very excited.
Yeah, that's got a lot more check than my ball right now. That's amazing. This ball, we're thinking is getting me more spin around the greens, but you've given me that without taking anything away from the tee shot.
The first thing I noticed off the tee was it was longer, and it doesn't compromise my control.
Every other shot that I tested out here, I didn't feel like I was giving up anything. I mean, the ball performed all the way through.
Stay cool with McDonald's Dollar Drink Days. Any soft drink, any size, just $1 all summer.
You want to chart your own course. Make your own mark. Set your own limits. Surpass your own limits. And explore your own curiosities, don't you? Well, it'll be a lot easier if you have your own Freedom 55 financial security advisor to help point you in the right direction. Freedom 55 Financial. Create your own tomorrows.
Taking a walk makes you feel good, but you know what would make you feel even better? Knowing every step you take brings Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation closer to a cure. I'm Carolyn McKenzie, honorary spokesperson for JDRF. Global Toronto is proud to support the 2010 Tell Us Walk to Cure Diabetes. On Sunday, June 13, thousands will participate in communities across Canada. Join us or sponsor a friend. You'll be raising money for the most promising diabetes research. For more information or to register, visit the website.
Phil Mickelson on this par 5, 563 yards. See that whole location tucked over there behind that right bunker. A couple of the guys have been getting to this green in 2 today. Nice couple of spin off that one. He's going to have a nice look there at about 6-7 feet for his birdie. Phil Mickelson, 1 under par for the day, 7 under, 6 shots back of Ricky Fowler. And now let's go forward to 12.
All right, Ricky Barnes is on some kind of roll right now. It's been neat to see it this year, Nick, how he has suddenly kind of gained that confidence to not just kind of be a one-hit wonder on the tour. And again, those one-hit wonder performances were in major championships, but now you're seeing the consistency and the comfort factor, and he's back in contention here.
Well, as we've seen with his swing, his posture, his balance, it's obviously something he's been working. He looked very good, far more better balance control throughout the round. That one he just played on 12, kind of justifiably when you're playing the scary 12. You tend to play that one on one leg. And obviously, if that was to go to 8 under, that would have been, he's currently 3 shots better than anybody else on the golf course today.
Well, I'll tell you, he hit a wonderful shot from the tee, and he's the first to putt. So that'll tell you something about the shots that Dustin Johnson and Tiger Woods hit in here as well.
Tiger has a chance to make up the 2 shots that disappeared at the 10th rather quickly with the birdie at 11, and good chance coming up here at 12. Barnes, as you said, 7 under for the day. We're over at 6 with Petrovic with the win in New Orleans in 05.
And into a rapidly strengthening wind. He has 198 yards left, a 4-iron.
Wow.
He may not have got all of this tee shot.
200 yards. The whole location is there. So no bailout, really. If you carve it into the middle of the green, you face a very difficult downhill putt. Obviously, anything tweaked left will be in the water. If you work a little in that, will probably hang up. That's safe, but racy quick down the hill.
Peter Costas, would you mind taking a look at the Tim Petrovic golf swing and giving us your one-of-a-kind examination?
Well, his swing is built on rhythm, but we're going to use the Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera to take a look at the positions now. Starts with the club well outside of the golf ball, takes it back and opens the blade quite a bit as he moves off the golf ball. And the big thing to note is how little hip turn he has going back, but gets the club set with a reasonable shoulder turn, wonderfully square club head position at the top. And then now, as he comes into the golf ball, rather than a hard drive of the legs and a big harsh clearing of the hips, he just lets the hands and arms swing past his body. Not a very powerful golf swing, but a very, very controlled one and a very consistent one.
Okay, we're over at 12 and Woods for birdie.
He's got to fancy this one.
Back to back.
Yeah, just crossed off the double bogey, made up the 10th.
Over at 6, Rose.
184 yards, 6-iron.
Played a beautiful 6-iron last night up the 18th to a foot. And that's all very safe, but we've seen that putt earlier on. It's a massive hooking putt. Tough to read, tough to keep it high enough. Check the divot line.
Blue today, orange tomorrow.
And Ricky Fowler also with 6-iron, but just 170 yards. Big tee shot. Quick rhythm. Good looking swing.
Staring at it like he loves it.
Yeah, I would. I'd take that one.
Well, when Jack Nicklaus was 21, he was still an amateur, and he played in 6 tournaments, made the cut in all 6, including a 7th place finish at Augusta, 4th at Oakland Hills, 4th at Milwaukee. Pretty neat to watch a 21-year-old leading your golf tournament. Good to be with you, Jack.
Yeah, it brings me back to a few memories, Jim. I think watching Ricky play is he's a young kid. He's got an exciting golf game. He's had a great collegiate career, and delighted to have him here. And I think it's nice to see the young guys play well.
It's been a really fascinating stretch here recently in golf with these, like, McIlroys, Jason Day, and they're 21, 22-year-olds.
It's fantastic. We need some new blood in the game, and I think it's great to see these young kids play well.
Things have changed on the golf course, Jack, though, this week. We've been talking earlier on at, the equipment, how far the golf ball's going, and I believe you've got a couple of changes up your sleeve ready for next year.
Well, we've got a few things happening, Nick. I mean, the golf course right now is what it is this year. I've always felt like that the 16th hole was a little weak, and so I'm going to strengthen that up next year. We can talk about that a little later.
Well, Jack, we were pleased back in, well, you talked about in the opening, this being the 35th Memorial Tournament. Frank Chirkinian and the whole group came in here at CBS from day one. And we love being here, part of your tournament, and we hope you'll sit back and watch some of it with us up here in the tower today.
That's why I came up here to do. I can't get any golf out there. I want to come up here and see what's going on.
Well, it's good to be sharing it with you once again. We expect this is going to be a fun weekend to watch unfold. Let's go out to the play at the 7th. Gary McCord is there.
Well, let's see if he can do this the hard way with a 140-yard wedge in here and a birdie putt. That's on a good track right there. Phil Mickelson, here we come. We threw in that one bogey, but to offset it with 3 circles, those are birdies. He is 8 under, only 5 back. Now, this was yesterday in the second round. This from 65 feet, 7 inches. You could write a short book by the time it takes to go in the hole. And Phil went birdie, birdie, eagle, and looked like he was on his way, and then started fumbling and stumbling. Backed it up with 3 bogeys, and then at the end, birdied 17, 18. So it was a fun-filled day for Phil yesterday.
How do you figure all that, too? The way that unfolds, like after that, you'd birdie 17 and 18, Gary.
You know, it's Phil. When he hit one so bad on 17, I thought it was in the trees and could be out of bounds to the right, which is way over there. Hoisted one on over the trees, Jim, and then made about a 25-footer with about a 12-foot break for a birdie. You can't birdie it from there, and then, of course, you get a birdie the last hole after doing that.
Yeah, and of course, he birdied the last hole after there had been a weather delay, so he had to sit out to play the one hole. Came out and made a 3 at 18. All right, let's go to the tee over 13.
Okay, it turns off the bunker on the left. You hit it over that. It's about 300 yards. That's 3 wood, it looks like, from Ricky Barnes. And he is on dead go right now at 7 under par. And now earlier, Tiger Woods.
Started this one hard down the right side, but a very controlled rhythm to his golf swing. There, Gary.
And that's going to find the fairway on the right-hand side. A good look at that one. So let's now go to 6.
It's Petrovic's birdie putt on the way.
Well, great camera angle to give you some idea how much this will hook. Yes, well judged.
Yeah, it's downhill most of the way, but just kind of upturns at the end there, slows down.
Jack, when you designed it and then you played in it and won your own tournament twice, how did you view this stretch of 5, 6, 7, 2 par 5s with this one right in the middle, this tough par 4?
Well, when we originally did it, Jim, 6 was a relatively short par 4. And it really came in that 5 and 7 were birdie holes. And actually, 6 was a birdie hole also. It was just a drive or a 3-wood short of the water. And flipping, we lengthened the tee back about 60 yards, and then 6 became a pretty strong hole.
Aston Rose.
And of course, we expanded the 6th green too, Jim. The sixth green was not behind the water on the left to start with. It was just over to the right of the water.
And you used to have a large tree on that front right corner, wasn't there, moons ago?
Yeah, we
lost that
had
one?
a couple of them actually.
Yeah.
We had one that was huge when we started. It was big cottonwood, and you couldn't put it in the right side of the fairway without having to hit it over and around it. And then there was an oak tree after that one died that was there on that little peninsula coming into the green, and that one I finally took out because the members just got murdered by it. It was just got too big and they couldn't play the hole. So I said that didn't make any sense. So I think the hole's much better now.
You know, I was talking about your record when we came on with you, Jack, at the age of 21, how well you did, including 2 majors. You did make one little mistake at 21. You forgot your 1-year anniversary. I know your 50th is coming up in July. You were in Milwaukee, and after 36 holes, you called home to talk to Barbara about your play. And
actually, it was on Saturday night. It's after the 3rd round, Jim, and I was in contention to win the golf tournament. I was all excited about that, and I called home, talked to Barbara, and I talked to her for about 45 minutes. We talked about all my golf and all the things I did and all the things that went on that day. And she never hardly said a word the whole conversation. And I went out the next day, and I didn't win the tournament. I finished 4th. See, let's watch Ricky putt here.
Yeah, but Jim, that was no mistake. You should hear him talk about the honeymoon.
Anyway, I got back home the next night, and she said, and I was sort of excited about finishing 4th, even though I didn't win.
As we are as golfers.
And she said, and you know, there was kind of a cool reception.
Yeah, I guess.
And I couldn't figure out what it was. And she said, do you know what yesterday was? Yeah, it was the day I shot a pretty good round. Why? What do you mean? She says, what was the date? And I went,
July 23rd.
That's when you come home and you say, is my dinner hot? And she says, only if the dustbin's on fire.
Anyway, it cost me a very expensive coat.
Oh, it did, huh?
Yeah, that's all right.
And you never made that mistake again.
No, actually I did.
Oh, you did?
Well, out of 50, you got to
have a couple in there. All right, Rose makes his par over at 6. Yes, indeed. Just a little more than a month away. Big golden anniversary coming up on July 23rd.
Yeah, that's us leaving the church.
Went on their honeymoon and headed east toward Pennsylvania. Stopped off in Hershey, played golf. In New York, you played in Mamaroneck. You played at Winged Foot.
And in
Pine Valley.
Yeah, I mean, how many women are lucky enough to see 3 great courses on their honeymoon?
What a great honeymoon for Barbara, huh?
Yeah.
Let's go over to 8.
Lucky you didn't go fishing as well.
I thought about it.
Let's check in with Phil Mickelson here at the 8th tee, the par 3, 195 today. And that was a 7-iron down the hill there for Phil. Hits his irons further than anybody else on tour as we head back on over to 6.
And Ricky Fowler with a 6th straight par. Petrovic also made his par there. So all fours posted in the final group. Over to 13.
Tiger now has 186 left from his tee shot. That's a high, hard 8-iron. Downwind.
Well, it better be hard, huh? 186, Peter. Yeah,
Well,
all got there just about.
How about Dustin Johnson? He's got 129 left.
Well, let's go to 9.
This is Kenny Perry, 3 times a winner here, but in trouble at the 9th. This is a long putt for par.
Well, it's just fractionally off. That's why the flag stick is still in. Has he done the impossible? Oh, chalk me up a 4. Oh, we'll take that. That saved him definitely 1, maybe 2.
Had a birdie at the 2nd. And first 9:35. Over to 15, Brett Wetterick, who has Ohio ties down Cincinnati way.
Yeah, very tricky hole location. Tucked in the left-hand corner. Oh, sorry, no, that was the wrong pin sheet. Front hole location. Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Yes.
He must have heard the roar over there with Ricky Barnes. I can do that too. Brett Wetterick. He's on the other side of the golf course. Split tees today. Groups of 3 going for that magnificent Memorial Trophy here in Muirfield Village.
They're out on bail, but not out of sight. The Bail Compliance Unit, keeping an eye on some of society's most dangerous offenders. 16 by 9, tonight at 7 on Global.
There were a lot of questions swirling around before I addressed the ball. Should I lay up or go for it? 5 or 6 iron? What's the wind doing? But I didn't question my ball. I knew if I made a good swing, it would perform just like it always does. Perfectly.
Hit your perfect shot with the Callaway Tour Series ball.
On its own, a brick is just a piece of clay. But put to work, a brick can help build a hospital, or a school, a place to come together, or a way to get around. Ontario savings bonds are building blocks for our province. Guaranteed investments that let you invest where you live. Brick by brick, let's build a stronger province. Buy Ontario savings bonds where you bank from June 1st to 21st.
Dad!
Hey, sweetheart. Good to meet you, Tim.
Likewise, sir.
Beautiful new BMW.
Beautiful, yes, but not new.
Son, I know a new car when I see one.
Yeah, but it's pre-owned.
Right. And you'll get the master suite tonight, Tim.
Looks like new, performs like new. And with a protection plan for up to 6 years or 160,000 kilometers, it's hard to believe it's pre-owned. And now, great value with financing rates starting at just 0.9%.
It's been said that golf is a good walk spoiled. So, be spoiled. Club Link. One membership, more golf.
Friday on CBS, In Their Job. Everything can change in a flash. Don't miss a new episode of Flashpoint, only on CBS. Next Friday on America's #1 network. To the tee at the 7th.
Tim Petrovic. Graceful through the ball, wasn't he? Elegant, I think we could call it. And they'll be hanging around the right-hand side of the fairway. There's par 5, 563 yards. Tim will have no chance to get there in 2. A bunker shot by Phil. I can't wait to watch.
Well, he's got a good lie. Splashed it up there beautifully. Fantastic bunker play. Anything to do with the lob wedge and sand wedge.
Yeah, Ian's got 64-degree wedge, then he opens to face. What do you think the loft is?
Yeah, about 80 at least. It played that nicely. Back to Ricky Fowler.
How's he like this hole? Eagle birdie. I'll make you guys feel really, really young. I first found out about Ricky Fowler from my oldest granddaughter, who went to high school with him at Murrieta Valley in Murrieta, California. She said, we've got a young kid here that plays pretty good golf. I said, yeah, you'll be all right. You'll struggle on the mini tours. And then I started watching him, and it was young Ricky Fowler. That was my granddaughter. And 13th hole, Ricky Barnes. This grip has really, really helped him with the putter. It got his change of direction so much better, so much more quiet.
He went to it one day in college, Gary, and there we go. There's the horn.
Right before the horn. Right in the middle. Couple of rights, another wrong. Stewart sunk it. 3 birdies, that's pretty good right there. Everybody, one blast, everybody pick up and go. So we're going to put a tee in. Probably Phil's going to, he's got the coin there, but you know, every once in a while somebody goes steal a coin. So you put your tee right behind it. Yeah, Ricky, find a house over there somewhere. Jump in it. I think this is going to be a real short burst here. They're all waiting for some direction, somewhere to go, looking for cars, looking for houses.
I thought we were going to get 9 in. Looked pretty good. Thought we had a chance to get 9 in. I thought that was close.
I believe since we started the tournament, this is our 7th delay. I believe we had 2 the first day, 3 yesterday, and 2 today. So that's 7 if I've got my numbers right. Now Phil's going to put the tee in, coin, everything. Okay. Oh, I see. Instead of a quarter, in case somebody picked it up, Phil went back and marked it with a penny. Very, very frugal. Phil Mickelson.
It's a good sign, Gary, that they're going to safe houses, not bringing it back to the clubhouse.
Well, I just heard a big rumble right there. Big rumble. Now let's go down to David Faraday. David, who you got?
Yeah, thanks, Gary. I'm down here with Ricky Fowler, who's making his escape to a safe house. This is, it sounds like almost like wartime.
Yeah, I know there was a bunch of stuff on the radar earlier. Luckily, some of it broke up, but here's stuff out in the distance.
You've had a fantastic year. I mean, how difficult is it for you? I mean, you don't have much experience of this kind of thing, stop, start, stop, start.
We got a little bit in college golf, so a little bit used to it, but we've had quite a bit this week, and hopefully we can get back at it soon.
Well, I hope so. Now, McCord is making allusions to the fact that you've been hanging out with his granddaughter. Does that mean that you're young or he's old?
I think that's saying he's getting older. I don't want to say he's old yet because he can still play.
Yeah, he can still play. You better go get some safety. Yeah. We'll see you back out in the golf course later. Thanks. We'll head back up to Jimmy.
All right, thank you. It's been interesting. His caddy this week has been Donnie Dar. As you see the weather now, you see this was a straight yellow line system. It's starting to split apart and it's moving at 35 miles an hour. And those thunderbolts are southwest of us right now. And just to be safe, we're going to clear the golf course, go to safe house, and hopefully, you know, maybe within a 20 minutes, half-hour span, they'll be back out playing. But Ricky's regular caddy was not with him this week. He took the week off. So he's been playing Muirfield with Ohio State's head golf coach, Donnie Dar, serving as his caddy. He knew Dar because Donnie had come up here from Oklahoma State, Ricky's school, where he was the assistant coach. Pretty neat to find a little comfort up here in Columbus, all the way from Stillwater and glory days past in college. The decorated All-America, who is the leader here by 2. And we'll continue from Muirfield Village here on CBS after this message and a word from your local station.
My name is here because I practice.
My name is here because I stuck to my routine.
My name is here because my family believed in me.
My name is here because I love to compete.
Because I love the game.
My name is here because I persevered.
My name is here because I paid my dues.
Because I never stopped believing.
My name is here because I always trusted the one piece of equipment I use on every shot, my golf ball.
Find out which Titleist is right for your game at Titleist.com.
You want to write your own rules, instill your own values, explore your own talents, choose your own surroundings, and celebrate your own victories, don't you? Well, it'll be a lot easier if you have your own Freedom 55 Financial Security Advisor to help point you in the right direction. Freedom 55 Financial. Create your own tomorrows.
Stay cool with McDonald's Dollar Drink Days. Any soft drink, any size, just $1 all summer.
Conventional automotive frames absorb energy, but this one does more. It collapses in some areas while staying rigid in others to help redirect energy around the cabin and away from you. The ACE body structure in the Acura MDX. The most innovative thinking you'll find in an Acura.
I'm in pain every day.
Monday, Dave's All New with Jessica Biel. And Tuesday, don't miss Kate Hudson and Indy 500 winner Dario Franchitti. The Late Show with David Letterman, followed by The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. All new, all this week on CBS. Father's Day is coming up. You can help Dad's game and save big as well. Find the perfect golf gift for dear old Dad at shop.pgatour.com. Log on. Order now. Well, before the delay, just as we were coming on the air, Ricky Barnes, one of the big highlights from today's action at 11. 7 under for the day after that eagle. Wederick had his own way of approaching the par 5 third shot over at 15. Playing on the sponsor's exemption, and Wederick also lands the eagle. And this is what he did with this souvenir. Where's she going? Gotta go tell Mom and Dad. So the skies are dark for the moment, but we're looking at all these radars, and we think it's going to be breaking up here, passing through here quickly, with Fowler 2 in front of Petrovic and Rose. Barnes, 2 weeks ago, winner Jason Day. Spencer Levine at -10. Jim Furyk at 9 with Steve Marino, who's 4 under. Stuart Sinkhole's a birdie putt right before the horn to get to 9. Mickelson's at 8. Brendan DeJong at 8. Sean O'Hare, 3 under. For the day. VJ having a good go of it on the other side of the golf course. He had 4 under for the day, 5 under. On Tuesday, Commissioner Tim Fincham made a special announcement here at Muirfield with Jack Nicklaus by his side.
We are announcing today that we will play the 2013 President's Cup here at Muirfield Village Golf Club. When you fast forward 45 or 50 years and look back on the history of the President's Cup, you will be able to point to Jack's involvement early on as a real impetus to bringing it to the world-class attention that it gets today.
It's a great privilege to be part of the President's Cup as captain on 4 occasions, and because really the whole thing is all about goodwill. It's all about sportsmanship, all about bringing the golfing world together. The President's Cup will be something very, very special. We think it will be, probably be my last involvement in anything significant in the game of golf. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that you all think it's something that's really going to be very, very special.
It no doubt will be very special. That's 2013, which now gives Muirfield Village, having hosted now a Ryder Cup, a Solheim Cup, a U.S. Amateur, and a President's Cup on the way. I know that meant a lot to you. How long had that been in the works for you, Jack?
Well, I first talked to Tim at Montreal, and
2 President's Cups ago.
A couple of President's Cups ago, and sort of said, we'd love to have the President's Cup at Muirfield. I think we did a good job with the Ryder Cup. We did a good job with the Solheim Cup, and I think that my last involvement with anything significant in the game would probably be that. And obviously I'll continue on with the Memorial Tournament, but I mean talking about as it relates to any outside event. So Tim came back and said that he felt like my contribution to the President's Cup, and he said, why not? Why shouldn't we do that? So that was very nice. I was very pleased and very honored that the tour would turn around and do that, and it's something we're looking forward to very, very much.
Of course, it'll be a fall event, and the conditions are going to be, when the people watch, it's going to be a whole lot different kind of the way it looks and plays that time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we'll get much of this that time of year. That time of year will be pretty fast. Nick played here, I think.
Yeah, there's 87 Ryder Cup. This golf course comes alive when it gets hard and fast.
It doesn't play long, but it plays fast, and it plays difficult. And it's the way I like to see the golf course play. We only had it a few times in the spring at the Memorial Tournament, but I think it's kind of neat. It'll be during the Ohio State football season, or all the football season, but Ohio State will have a night game, I think, that Saturday.
So you've already arranged the souls? You're all over it.
We've been working on that for a long time. And so I think that people would come here and go to a Ohio State game at night if they wish, and I think it's pretty neat.
Well, I'm hearing now that it's going to be in Illinois, Ohio State, even a Big Ten. You even got a conference game on the line, so that'll be a very big weekend.
Well, I'm not sure that they've actually picked the exact date of the event yet, but normally and probably scheduled for the first week in October. I think. So if that's the case, then Illinois would be there.
It's been an exciting week. You had, of course, Seve as your honoree earlier in the week, and just a blockbuster field, everyone coming here. I mean, just so much buzz and excitement around here. This is such a great following this area for golf.
Well, the people here have supported the Memorial Tournament. The Columbus area has been a terrific sports town. Sports is where, of course, where I grew up, and Ohio State football had been here and just explode for Ohio State football, and they've exploded for the Memorial Tournament. And I think Central Ohio and Columbus has been, and of course we're in Dublin actually, but it's all one area, and they've all been very, very important in my life, and it's all been something that's I've just really enjoyed. When I sat in the Masters in 1966, and we talked about bringing golf in the Masters way to Columbus, Ohio, and to have it be the 35th year, and we didn't get started until let's see, 10 years after that conversation. So that was 45 years ago. I was sitting in Augusta talking about it, and it's been very rewarding for me, for my family, for Columbus, and I think it's going to continue to be. I mean, the golf course is in magnificent condition this year. Unfortunately, with this rain, last week was absolutely perfect weather. Next week is forecast for perfect weather.
That's just the way it works out.
That's the way it works out, unfortunately.
But I was just thinking, it's half a lifetime for you now. The 35 memorials.
Oh boy!
Isn't that something? How fast it goes? Yeah.
Yes, it does.
We'll continue our chat with Jack as the weather delay continues. We expect about another half hour of it here at the Memorial.
You don't stop for the weekend, and neither do we.
Because news doesn't take the weekend off.
Carolyn McKenzie, Global News, weekends at 6 and 11.
Cleveland Golf has been a leader in wedges for over 25 years. With more than 300 PGA Tour wins, 25 majors, and over 7 million wedges sold. All of this success has led to the best performing wedge we've ever produced, the CG15. Our laser milled technology creates a breakthrough in surface roughness that maximizes spin within the rules of golf. CG15, the ultimate wedge.
It's in the moments between strokes, as you walk the fairway with friends, that the game really unfolds. That's why you came here in the first place. One good round deserves another. Grey Goose, world's best tasting vodka.
When the light is simply perfect, or perfectly simple. When you find something beautiful, wherever that might be. When it's about the warmth of a color, or an old friend, or a memory in the making. You'll take your photography further with a Nikon D90, offering HD video with sound, with outstanding image quality. It's everything you expect from Nikon.
Smile, it's what you make me do. It happens when I think of you. This smile I'm giving you to keep. When I think about you, my heart goes beep. So smile, it's what you make me do. It happens when I think of you. This smile I'm giving you to keep.
Over 80% of Toyotas sold in the last 20 years are still on the road today. One more reason to smile from your Ontario Toyota dealers. Real people, great cars.
Sunday, June 13th, Broadway's biggest night featuring Glee's Leah Michelle and live performances by Green Day and others at the Tony Awards, only on CBS. The Tony Awards. Well, we're in a delay here, and we had a big one this morning for about, well, it was right on the money, 3-hour delay. And then about 3 hours and 45 minutes uninterrupted play. And we expect this thing's going to clear through. In fact, really the radar indicating maybe that the strong stuff and the electricity is going to go south of us. And it's all clear behind it, enough to be able to finish this third round, one would think. But on Wednesday, a skins game for the second year here, a double skins game with, well, some of the biggest stars you can imagine, like Tiger. Tiger and his group had a little chip off at 18. Closest in would win the chip off, so Tiger won the best, the most out of his 5.
Yeah, do that again. Have a good week.
You can see Rory and Zach and others, but here's Phil Mickelson. And Jack, you played with Phil.
Yeah, I did. He played an unbelievable 9 holes of golf. I think he shot, I don't know, 30.
Shot 30. This was at 15.
That was 15, and that was, he had a 2-iron from 255 right there. I mean, that's uphill. That's a long way to hit a 2-iron.
You got a new putting stroke as well. I'm not too sure if that's Stockton.
Well, I do believe that he could have 2-putted from there and won. That's why.
Okay. Now watch this one, folks. It's at 16 with his 64-degree, and it's ching ching. Thank you very much. All smiles, laughs. God dear.
He was just going for the clean sweep, wasn't he, Jack?
Yeah, he was, and he did, and he knocked it in at 18. He had a 4-iron off the tee at 18, and I'm not what he played. He must have played about an 8-iron into the green. But I mean, he's hitting it so far. It was unbelievable. I mean, he drove over the bunker at 10 like it wasn't even there. He drove it over the bunker 13 like it wasn't even there, and he drove it over all the bunkers at 17 like they weren't even there.
That's what I was getting to earlier on. I mean, at 16, the par 3, down the hill, Phil goes with a 9-iron. Big Ernie goes with a 7, and you tickled a 5 in there.
Yeah, and I didn't get there either.
A good tickle there. And we talked about this. You know, we talked earlier on in the week if there's going to be any tweaking here, and you know, your design philosophy now. This golf ball is going 50 yards further than back from your day.
Well, you know, we are going to make one little change in the golf course, and you're on the 16th hole. And since we've got time to talk about it now, I think it's. I've always felt like 14 was a good, exciting hole. It's a short par 4. I love short par 4s. And 15 is a short par 5, so you have opportunity for birdie or eagle. So you've got a lot of excitement there. 16, to me, was a good way to get to 17T. And 17 and 18 are both strong holes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the 16th hole, but I just didn't think there's enough excitement in it. And I've always enjoyed the excitement of the 16th at Augusta. I always thought that was a great gallery spot. So we have a water course that comes through there that's piped presently. So I thought, let's open that water course up. And so we're going to open the water course up and put a lake to the left of the green. We're going to actually move the green to the right, the tee a little left, and shorten the hole a little bit. And oddly enough, I mean, it's not, I'm not by intention, but by the way the land lies, it's going to sit similar to the 16th at Augusta.
See it.
There won't be any bunkers on the left side of the green, but I have a bunker on the right and a couple of bunkers on the right, and but the gallery situation will continue back around to the right. We'll drop the green a little bit, so the gallery situation there now will expand all behind the left side of the green across the lake, and behind the green behind the lake, and then around the right side back. And of course, with the President's Cup coming, and that's match play. Most of your matches finish on the 15th or 16th hole.
Good point.
And so, it's going to be an exciting place, not only for every Memorial Tournament, but also when the President's Cup gets here.
So construction starts this summer, right? And it'll be ready for next year's tournament.
You'll be done by next Tuesday. You watch.
We're going to start at July 1st, and we'll be done. We have a Buckeye Intercollegiate. I'm not sure if that's the exact name, or the Muirfield Invitational, one of the two. Collegiate tournament here this fall, and we're trying to get it done for that.
That's great. That's exciting. How long will it play?
It's about 212 now, probably about 200.
Okay, there you go. Something to look forward to for next year's Memorial Tournament. And the Memorial Tournament on CBS will continue. We're in a little weather delay that we expect to end soon.
There's more going on in Africa than soccer. Join Global National for a different look at the host of the beautiful game. Kick off South Africa on Monday's Global National.
Many of the world's top pros wear a shoe with traditional styling, like the stunning FJ Icon. Others prefer a shoe with crossover styling, like one of the FJ Synergies with the latest technology innovations. And since nearly 2 out of 3 PGA Tour pros wear FootJoy shoes, having the choice between FJ Icon and Synergy makes everyone a winner.
Smile, it's what you make me do. It happens when I think of you. This smile I'm giving you to keep. When I think about you, my heart goes beep. So smile, it's what you make me do. It happens when I think of you. This smile I'm giving you to keep. When I think
Toyota sells more Canadian-built vehicles in Canada than any other car maker. That's something to smile about. Your Ontario Toyota dealers. Real people, great cars.
They say all athletes want to be rock stars. And all rock stars want to be athletes. I'm no different. Sometimes I wish I was a rock star. In fact, a friend of mine gave me this drum set to practice on. So who knows? But in the meantime, I'll just keep making music with these sticks.
Well, today, I tell you, has been a day for so many of us who were lucky enough to have ever met John Wooden. It's been a day of celebration, celebrating a wonderful man. He lived to be 99 years old, would have been 100 this October the 14th. And last night I was up at the Pavilion, Jack, and I had a chance to raise a glass. I knew that Coach Wooden was down to his last days, maybe even hours. As it turns out, it was within an hour. And with many of your members, got to tell some stories about John Wooden, who was an ardent golf follower on television, by the way. Loved watching it. He played in his early years, and he did something in golf that I don't know many people could ever say they did this. As a player, he made a hole-in-one and a double eagle in the same round.
Well, that's something I've never done. I'm sure you have.
John Wooden did just that. He's a man who once said that he would rather trust in people and be disappointed some of the time than to never trust and be disappointed all of the time. Dick Enberg was the UCLA broadcaster. Our colleague looks back at his remarkable life. John Wooden.
John Wooden was more teacher than basketball coach. He was praised for his leadership of young men on and off the court. Recognized by most as the greatest coach in the history of basketball, his philosophy of teaching players lessons in life will serve as his ultimate gift. His message, simple: success is striving to be the very best you can be. It's what you learn after you know it all that counts. Hoosier-born, Wooden naturally gravitated to the game of basketball. His Martinsville high school team won the Indiana State Championship. He was an academic star at Purdue while leading his college team to the 1932 Collegiate Championship. But it was at UCLA where he wrote his legacy of greatness. Wooden arrived at UCLA with a basic philosophy: be quick, but don't hurry. His teams were quick to win championships, an unprecedented 10 national titles, a record 88 consecutive wins, 38 straight victories in the NCAA championships, 4 undefeated seasons, 7 championships in a row. He coached, taught basketball legends, all the while imparting basic wisdoms.
Our 10 championships at UCLA, they were just the icing on the cake. There is more value in the journey than in the victory itself.
A man of greatness, a man of goodness. He wrote in his final book, "The journey is better than the end," adding, "Make each day of your journey a masterpiece."
Somebody asked me, he said, "Coach, are you afraid of death?" I said, "No, I'm not going to try to hurry it up intentionally, but I'm not afraid. I've been too blessed."
John Robert Wooden, leader, coach, legend, teacher.
Leader, teacher, by inspiration, not intimidation. How lucky we were to have him for 99 years. And what a great life he led.
We have broken another distance barrier. We shattered it with lighter components, longer shafts, faster clubhead speeds. We demolished it with total adjustability, a 460cc head, optimizing ball flights. The 2010 Burner Superfast and 2010 R9 Super Tri. Where will your distance come from? Grey Goose, world's best tasting vodka.
Welcome. Don't get many guests during storm season.
Our credit card company couldn't block us forever.
Storm season?
Hey, this doesn't look so bad, huh? Wow, romantic.
Dad needs to switch to Capital One.
With a Miles Plus Platinum MasterCard, travel any airline, anytime. Visit CapitalOne.ca.
What's in your wallet?
Looking to add some fun and excitement to your golf game? John Daly certainly knows a lot about both. Thundering Waters Golf Club is John Daly's first signature course in Canada. Located in Niagara Falls, Thundering Waters is a 7,200-yard championship masterpiece. The course is situated just 1,500 yards from the falls, in the heart of the city's main entertainment district, which features superb amenities and exhilarating nightlife. Call now to experience world-class golf in this exciting destination.
Next week on ET Canada, all new interviews with Bradley Cooper, Jessica Biel, Liam Neeson, Selma Hayek, and Michael Keaton.
Next week on ET Canada.
Tuesday, get in on the action, the mystery, and the fun of TV's #1 drama. Mark Harmon stars in it. NCIS. Tuesdays only. CBS. Again, we're in a weather delay here that's approaching about 1/2 hour. Ricky Fowler has made all pars so far today. Peter Costas is very familiar with Ricky Fowler's golf swing. He took a look at this phenomenal young talent.
Ricky Fowler's unique golf swing is the result of a unique setup position. He's bent over the ball quite a bit with very low hands. The result of that setup position is a unique golf swing. Let's use the Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera to show you what I mean. He takes the club away, right hand riding on top, and at the halfway back point, the club head is well outside of the hands. He continues the rotation going back and eventually gets the shaft around his body, but the left arm plane is very, very low. From this position, it requires a lot of rotation to start the downswing. And when he starts to clear the hips, look at how much he drops the club and the elbow of the right arm down to the inside. You really have a tremendous amount of torque on your spine at this point, and you must keep rotating the midsection in order to get the club released past your body. If you want to swing like Ricky Fowler, you better be strong and flexible, and oh, by the way, 21 years old.
Boy, fascinating look at that move by Ricky Fowler. You know, you didn't have that kind of technology when you were first starting out to be able to go into the super slow-mo with a high definition and be able to examine a golf swing like that?
No, and I'm glad we didn't. You know, if we'd have had that, I think we'd all gone crazy. I mean, everybody kept talking to me about my flying elbow. You know, flying elbow. I never believed I had a flying elbow. I had support of the golf swing within a triangle, and you know. But in those days, a lot of people taught keeping the right elbow right tucked into your side. We put a handkerchief under there. Well, you can't play from there. You get outside, and then you get off balance, then you come back off balance the other way. But that's what they taught. Now, Ricky's golf swing, I mean, if you try to repeat that golf swing, I mean, that's a very, very difficult position to get into.
You can't do that. Sometimes golf professionals are not a good example, because these guys are out hitting golf balls every single day. They're so talented, great pair of hands. To drop the club on that angle, you see what his body was doing. Let's have another actual look going back. You see this taking this outside. That's basically going back shut, isn't it, Jack? And then
this goes back shut.
Yep.
And then he basically lays the club off. Watch his left wrist.
Yep.
Look at his left wrist, how it flattens over.
And this coming down.
Then he drops it so far inside, Nick. Now, you know, I disagree with Peter here that he continues to turn his body. He stops his body.
Stops there. Look, the legs and everything have stopped. He throws the right arm at it. So that's an awful lot of good timing. So
that's right.
It's a little bit like Garcia. When he's on a good day, he's fine. If it gets a little bit cold and you can't use your hands quite that well, you know, you'd lose your timing. So, but this week, for him to try and win your tournament, you've thrown everything at him. So if he can survive this test, Jack, it's pretty impressive, don't you think?
I mean, it's pretty impressive. But I'll tell you one thing. If you looked at the last foot or so of coming into the ball, it's a pretty darn good position.
Yeah.
I mean, if you took the same thing of Jim Furyk's swing, you take a lot of times of Tiger's swing, you take a lot of everybody's swing, and they may go a lot of different directions, but right through the ball, most of them are pretty much the same.
In fact, we're going to have a look at Jack's swing, and guess what? It's not on Swing Vision. I think it's on video. Was it on video then? Was it be on 8mm or something like that?
Be on 8mm.
Oh, I recognize that spot. This is the 18th tee.
And I took it back a shade shut myself.
There's the flying right elbow, which we'd all copy. That's perfect. Slam it down. Look, clear the right hip. Get through. Which round was that, Jack? Was that day 3?
Nick, I'm not sure what day that was.
I thought you wore your yellow sweater on day 4, didn't you?
I'm not sure, but whatever it was, I hit it pretty solid.
Hit it on the green, probably. 3 went on the green at the 18th, you know, at St Andrews.
I just hope Ricky Fowler wasn't watching during a rain delay.
He's done. He's finished.
Ricky,
you're looking good, Ricky.
You're playing well.
Especially in blue.
They're out on bail, but not out of sight. The Bail Compliance Unit, keeping an eye on some of society's most dangerous offenders. 16 by 9, tonight at 7 on Global.
Powered by the winningest driver on tour. Callaway has more PGA wins this year than TaylorMade, Ping, Nike, Cobra, and Titleist. You can only be number 1 on tour if you win on tour. Winners play Callaway.
When I'm off my game because of my allergies, I get Claritin Clear, so I can stay alert and on the ball. Non-drowsy Claritin Rapid Dissolve. It dissolves right on the tongue to relieve allergy symptoms on the go. Live Claritin Clear today.
Nikon introduces their most impressive Cool Pix lineup yet. Cool colors complement great styles and easy-to-use features. There's incredible zooms, and even one with a versatile, adjustable screen. Imagine switching to beautiful HD video with just a push of a button. Or using fingertip control to capture, view, and retouch pictures. Add a little Nikon to your life.
I know what you're thinking. Looks hearty. That's because it is. After all, it's called the Big Breakfast. And the middle name? Huh, like there's room for that.
And it's out of the park this weekend at the Brick. Get 20% off. You heard right. 20% off the ticket price on furniture and mattresses. Save up to 20% on major appliances and get up to 4 times the GST on electronics. And you won't pay till the end of next season. That's 15 months away. Get this bonded leather sofa, love seat, and chair, all 3 pieces only $9.99. Or the 7-inning stretch 7-piece bedroom, only $9.99. This weekend at the Brick.
How about this coming this fall? You remember the theme song. Hawaii Five-0 returns to CBS, the most anticipated drama of the season. And it's going to be on Mondays this fall. Only CBS, Hawaii Five-0. Steve McGarrett, all coming back. New cast, but same characters. CBSSports.com is the place you need to go for all your sports news, your fantasy leagues, following the PGA Tour. It's all there at CBSSports.com. Well, one of the things that really sets this tournament apart, and there are many things, but there's a ceremony every year early in the week to honor the legends of the game, to put them into the Hall of Fame, if you will, here at Memorial. This year, the honoree, Seve Ballesteros, the ceremony Tuesday.
There has always been a magnetism with Seve Ballesteros. A wonderful mix of skill, determination, and flamboyance that together captivated golf audiences around the world and captured 5 major titles. He lifted European golf on his shoulders and rejuvenated the Ryder Cup. And Tuesday, he was the Memorial honoree.
There are few people in life that reach such celebrity status that they're recognized by one name. But our honoree has that status. He also lends himself to one-word descriptions: charismatic, flair, inspirational, imagination, creative, exciting, enthusiasm, emotional, passionate, in a word, that's Seve.
Doctors recommended that Seve not travel this far, but he did send along this message.
I am very grateful for this honor to all the captains and all the members. And they select me to be the guest of honor at the memorial. Thank you very much to everyone. Thank you.
Seve Ballesteros, 20 months into his recovery, brain cancer. And what a wonderful thing to honor Seve. What a career. What charisma. You said it so well on Tuesday, and I know how much he wanted to be here, but doctors just didn't recommend that he could travel that far at altitude, so
well,
the
Jim,
flight's just too far.
I talked to him about a week before the tournament, and we were hoping that he could come. And he said, and I said, well, how you doing, Seve? He says, well, I'm going to the golf course right now. I'm working on my golf game. And I said, well, that's great. I says, what? He says, well, the doctor will not let me fly at high altitude for long times. He says, I'm hoping to be able to get to the British Open and play there. They're honoring Seve at the British Open this year. And so anyway, I was in Spain then a couple days later and talking with sports writers in Spain. I said, how is he really getting along? And they said, he's doing great. He's all said he's upbeat. He says he seems to be getting along well. He's healthy. He's out hitting balls. So we're all hoping that Seve is recovering. I mean, it's a very difficult thing to recover from, and we certainly hope that and wish him well.
You know, your careers, they did overlap, and what are some of the memories you have playing with Sevy and you watching his emergence? Like, we're watching some young kids today that, you know, are setting the world on fire here in this 2010 season.
Well, the first time I even heard of Sevy was in 1976, I believe it was, at Birkdale. And he finished second to Johnny Miller, and I tied Sevy for second in that tournament. He was an unknown to me then, but he wasn't an unknown after that. Of course, when he got up and down out of the parking lot at Lytham, I think in '79, and I saw him play one irons out of greenside bunkers practicing at the TPC. I'm watching this. I said, "What are you doing?" He says, "Oh, I'm just practicing shots that I'm having fun with." You know, he liked to have fun and creative things. He was very imaginative about all kinds of shots that he could play. He was great at that. And then, of course, even to the last Masters that I won in '86, Sevy he had that tournament really under control. And I remember when I was on the 17th tee, Sevy hit his second shot at 15 and it went in the water. And I heard cheers and a groan, and I knew exactly what happened. I mean, obviously the cheers were people that were rooting for me, but you know, I hate those kind of sounds because you know that something bad happened. And I remember talking to Sevy earlier in the week. And I said, "How are you?" He said, "I haven't played very much golf." He said, "I'm not real sharp." And he says, "Usually when you're not sharp, you find a real difficult shot and you don't really finish it."
Exactly.
And you go back and look at that swing. He quit on that 4-iron shot. And I mean, barely even got it in the water. And it was a shame, but of course, obviously, it was the greatest moment of my career. And Sevy was. He was a great player. And then he came here in the Ryder Cup in '87. And Nick, you played on the team, and of course, Tony captained it. He was the inspirational leader, and it's the first time the Europeans have won on American soil. And I have the privilege to be the first American captain to ever lose on American soil.
That's a nice one.
It's funny you would bring that up, Jack. The Lansborough and Company. Wow. At the ready. Here is Sevy at Muirfield Village in that Ryder Cup.
That was in the 17th green to beat Curtis Strange, I believe. No, there was the match. On the 17th.
Who do you look to hug?
Who's this guy? I came running up. We were sitting on the back of 18 green waiting, and then they said Sevy's going to win the Ryder Cup, and we went charging down the hill. And I remember I came flying down that hill on the back of 17, and I put my spikes right in the back of a guy's shirt, and he went ripped open his shirt. Luckily I didn't scar him or anything, so I left my mark at Muirfield Village in a different way. But you know, Sevy to us, obviously in Europe, I met Sevy at 19, and we fought together. But you know, in that Ryder Cup room, he was unbelievable. His best moment, it actually was 1983 when we lost by 1 point down at West Palm Beach. He walked in our locker room and he said, "We must celebrate. This is a victory for us," because it's the first time we got that close, and it was the first time we always had 6 guys on the team, just about, to be fair, who believed we could win, the other 6 not so sure. And after we had that week with Sevy and his determination, he said, "We can win." And then we went on to 1985 back in Britain with the whole team believing we could win. So he made a major impact there.
You had a few pretty good players on that team, too.
We did, yeah. We were strong right there.
Yeah, you really had some good players.
Well, I know that you'll be meeting this week, maybe you already have, to set up next year's, and you'll be making an announcement here, I'm sure, within days for your honorees for 2011.
We'll make that announcement tomorrow.
Okay. Can we be in on that? Is that?
Yeah, we can be on that.
We can be in on that?
We will announce it right here with you tomorrow.
That's a deal. I do want to say one other thing. Sevy, your main honoree, but Ron Green Sr., the Memorial Golf Journalism honoree this year, 50-year career down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte News, Charlotte Observer, that Green family, of course, they have covered everything down in those parts. They've done it exceptionally well, and a most meritorious honoree as well, Mr. Green.
Ron was a good guy.
Good man.
He covered 56 Masters.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. And he retired a long time ago.
Yeah, I know.
And he was here.
And, of course, that family legacy continuing on there with Ron Green Jr. So
absolutely.
Congratulations to the family for that designation by Mr. Nicholas and the Captain's Club here. Well, here's what we're going to do, Jack. Here's the game plan. And, you know, I've got a little radar right here in front of us. And my eyes aren't deceiving me. This thing isn't too far away from
it's almost
expiring,
gone.
Okay?
Yep.
But we're going to go back and look at a little golf that we record. There you go, folks. See? But I think by this time, perhaps the players will need a little time to go warm up again. It's been a long enough break.
Yep.
So we're going to go back and look at some of the action from earlier today that we recorded. Jack, why don't you take a little break? When we're back to live coverage, please come back up here and join us in the perch.
Thank you, James. And Nick?
We'll see in just a bit, Jack. We don't anticipate this to be much longer. You saw the radar, friends. We're going to take a little break, and we'll come back and look at some of the action from earlier today. Third round at the Memorial.
Honored for 25 years in broadcasting and ongoing commitment to the community, Global Toronto congratulates Leslie Roberts, winner of the 2010 Consumer's Choice Man of the Year, leading the team you can trust. Weeknights at 6 and 11, only on Global Toronto.
I'm currently in college. I'm a physiotherapist.
I am a salesman for a steel mill.
My friends call me Danny.
Rick.
My name's Bernard.
I play the Pro V1X. The performance of the ball from tee to green is phenomenal.
I feel as if I get exactly the same distance every time. I just trust the Pro V1. Playing golf is also time that would be normally spent with my family, so I've got to make everything count. So I use the Pro V1. I'd say golf comes first, although maybe academics should.
Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X, the most trusted ball in golf.
You want to chart your own course. Make your own mark. Set your own limits. Surpass your own limits. And explore your own curiosities, don't you? Well, it'll be a lot easier if you have your own Freedom 55 financial security advisor to help point you in the right direction. Freedom 55 Financial. Create your own tomorrows.
Stay cool with a cool soft drink from McDonald's. Any soft drink, any size, just $1 all summer.
The Nikon D5000 and its D-Movie mode lets you capture stunning digital images and HD videos. Look around. Life is beautiful. Everything you've just seen was shot with the Nikon D5000.
The Memorial Tournament, presented by Morgan Stanley, is sponsored by FedEx. We understand it's about delivering under pressure. FedEx, proudly delivering the FedEx Cup. MasterCard, there are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by Morgan Stanley. 500 FedEx Cup points to the champion here tomorrow afternoon. This season-long competition that leads us to the end of the season playoffs. There are the current standings. And let's do as we said. Let's pick up some of the coverage from earlier today as we're on the back end of this weather system here at Muirfield Village. Here's how we saw it. We're at the first tee with the fourth grouping of the day. Ricky Barnes, Dustin Johnson, and Tiger Woods.
Welcome to our 12:16 starting time. First to play from Phoenix, Arizona, Ricky Barnes.
Tom Gosnell, the starter at 1. All three of these players beginning round 3 at -3.
Well, the first tee shot slightly downhill. And this has been about the longest average of the week. Players have been out there 290 yards. Little power draw off the right-hand bunkers.
Ricky Barnes, who has starred in a number of majors, but now is finding much steadier performances by the week.
Dustin Johnson.
And now the Pebble Beach champion from this year. Not going to get a lot of roll out there today, Nick.
As you noticed on that one, that first tee shot will be measured in inches today.
Walking with this grouping of 3 today will be our Peter Costas. Interesting little grouping here, Peter. All 3 of them can slam it pretty hard.
Some interesting firepower available in this group.
Florida, Tiger Woods.
Woods with rounds of 72 and 69.
Anything noticeable, Peter, on the range with his warm-up?
Well, he's had 2 warm-ups so far today. Second was pretty good, although he still was a little sporadic with the driver. In a great frame of mind, though, in a good mood.
Your first tee shot of the tournament was right. But he likes that one. A little drawer. Oh, maybe not.
And that just hopped into the long stuff, I believe.
Yes. Well, that's tricky because there's a front left hole location literally on a little tiniest of plateaus. So I think you'll have to bail out sideways a touch. Oh, hello, hello.
And it's Aaron Baddeley over at the second.
Oh, no. Wow.
Ian Baker Finch, what was your Aussie mate trying there?
That was a bad decision, wasn't it? Just left it in the mud.
Well, now what do you do, Ian? Because there's that.
Take the other shoe off.
A good start.
Oof. Now, over on the other side, this is Bubba Watson for an eagle at the par 5 11th. Obviously playing in groupings of 3 today, split tees. And a great eagle there for Bubba Watson. That's a great way to get started. Up to 4 under par. Yeah, well, he got the other shoe off.
Yeah, but that's going to be like floating on top of the grass. Oh, he's going to get covered. Absolutely covered. Oh, well.
They're in 3 now. Going to be a great up and down for a bogey. Ahead 1 to the 3rd.
Well, the 3rd hole with J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, JB's been bombing it out there. Lovely hole, the 3rd, under 400 yards. Wow, look at the raging rapids. Shows you how much rain. Hole location right on the front. That sounded squidgy, didn't it?
I think they're all going to feel a little strange, although that's a great result.
He's still able to bomb it out to 300 yards. Not many players this week have. It's fascinating. The driving averages are way down.
Couple of pars so far for Holmes to open his round. Let's go back to 11.
And Anders Romero for a birdie here. Nicely done. Have to take advantage of these par 5s today. It's going to be a long, difficult golf course. And this is Aaron Baddeley coming out. This is his 3rd shot at the 2nd. Oh, you just know. Close your eyes at impact. You know you're going to get covered. Oh. I may have taken the pants off there and gone into the boxes. But anyway, here he is now with his 4th.
That's an Aussie tradition or something. Did you see water?
Well, he's got a 5-hour round coming up in saturated pants. Or at least
humid.
Rain gear on, maybe. I'm sure he'd have rain gear.
I'm surprised he didn't put his jacket on, but he did well.
Back to 1.
And last week's winner at Colonial, Zach Johnson has this for a par.
He's standing right on the edge of the precipice where it falls down. Give you some idea what the players have got to work with. Just a couple of yards on. No more than 3 yards left of that flag is flat.
And we've got on the tee at the 12th, coming off eagle, Bubba.
The best treat coming to 12 is when there's no wind. When it's swirling, it's just like 12th at Augusta National, and that is terrible spot. Anything in that left-hand rough as the players play the hole has been an absolute no-no to get up and down.
Tim Clark, the Players Champion, at 1 for birdie. More recent champions in this group, and he, like Zach Johnson, hits the lip, but is not rewarded. And it's Dustin and Tiger waiting for the first green to clear. Here's a look down at the first. You got Johnson and Woods both in the rough. Barnes the only one to find the fairway.
But Ricky is a full 184 yards back.
Yeah, I think this one is, 75 front. Where's this one?
What's that breeze doing, Peter?
It's downwind from the right.
Oh, that helps. Well, with that whole location, anything right, you can just see the flag there, but you cannot go left of it.
Yeah, this is out to the right. Needs to carry that front bunker.
Does. And he's beyond hole high.
Yeah, there's going to be a few wows, a few peering to the gods to say, where did that come from?
Now, Tiger has 165, and if you were to look up the definition of a flyer lie, the picture would be of this golf ball.
So what's he got? 9 or a wedge? Probably a 9, I would have thought.
Now, it depends on whether he's going to try to swing softly and try to kill the flyer or hit it hard.
Nice smooth pass at that one.
Very good. Good shot. Right at it.
Going to be interested in Dustin Johnson's lie. Did not look good from the aerial view.
Well, the lie actually is okay. He's got 149. Does need to get the ball up fairly quickly, and being a shut blade player, that's going to be a little bit problematic.
That would have been great if Tiger's divot had landed on top of Dustin's ball. That would have been a belter.
That is, in fact, Tiger's divot right there. He is allowed to remove that. I would assume that is. That comes in from our traveling rules expert out of the USGA, Dr. Tom Loss. But Johnson doesn't even see it. He's going on. See if he can get it up over that edge.
No problem with the lip.
Well, obviously, after all the rain, the bunkers will be very firm. All beautifully raked, but he'll be quite happy with a two-putt and move on. Amazed that it's flown it 20 yards too far.
Let's go back over to 2.
And a little damage control here for Aaron Baddeley. Just try and two-putt this for a double and go to the next. Last thing you want to do there is exacerbate the problem. I'm sure he'll just tap that one in. Make sure he doesn't stand in the fellow competitor's line. There you go, just avoiding the mark. And that'll be a double bogey 6 at the second for Aaron Baddeley.
That was earlier, and we do have news in now because the delay has been about 1 hour in length. They're bringing the players in now to warm up. You see the skies are clearing. The system has moved on, but they got to go back through the warm-up process. The range is opening here in 5 minutes time with a restart at 5:15 Eastern, and we'll continue on CBS in a moment.
It all comes down to this.
And now, your 2010 Show Choir champions.
Glee season finale, Tuesday at 9, 8 Central on Global.
Cleveland Golf has been a leader in wedges for over 25 years. With more than 300 PGA Tour wins, 25 majors, and over 7 million wedges sold. All of this success has led to the best performing wedge we've ever produced, the CG15. Our laser milled technology creates a breakthrough in surface roughness that maximizes spin within the rules of golf. CG15, the ultimate wedge.
We could all use a little extra cash. So when I got a call from my RBC advisor telling me I could save money just by switching accounts, I knew right away how I'd spend the extra cash. Making Grandpa's day.
Advice so right for you, you call it my advice. RBC, advice you can bank on.
Switch to an eligible RBC banking account and you could get a flight or other rewards.
This message is brought to you by Minhas Creek Craft Brewing Company.
The people of Ontario deserve better beer.
And they deserve better beer prices.
I'm Ravinder Minhas.
And I'm his sister, Manjeet Minhas.
And we are proud to give the people of Ontario what they deserve.
This is Boxer Beer.
Boxer Beer is a 2-row malt beer and is at the lowest legal price in Ontario.
We would like to charge less, but that's against the law.
Why not support the little guy?
And gal.
Boxer Lager, available in all Ontario beer stores.
And it's out of the park this weekend at the Brick. Get 20% off. You heard right. 20% off the ticket price on furniture and mattresses. Save up to 20% on major appliances and get up to 4 times the GST on electronics. And you won't pay till the end of next season. That's 15 months away. Get this bonded leather sofa, love seat, and chair, all 3 pieces only $9.99. Or the 7-inning stretch 7-piece bedroom, only $9.99. This weekend at the Brick.
Again, here's how they stand. We're going to have a restart here of the third round at 5:15 Eastern Time, 45 minutes out. You see the leaderboard with Justin Rose in a tie for second. Now it's time for Justin Rose on dominating distance, presented by TaylorMade. And here is his drive from the 13th hole yesterday in the second round.
Yeah, beautiful tee shot here, right to left, par 4. And you see how he carries it right over the corner. Massive drive past the 300-yard line. Dominating the field with that one.
Yes, how did he do it? How does he generate that power, Nick?
Yes, Jim, let's go back and have another look. Now, first thing to do is you've got to visualize the shot. You've got to see that. And then what I want you to look at here, I'm going to put a couple of shoulder lines and hip lines in there to see when he gets to the top of the backswing. Look at that. Check those lines out and then see how well. So it's lovely and parallel, isn't it? Lovely and balanced. And as he unwinds, he keeps his belt line nice and even. Look at that and how that all matches as you go through. That's a really important part. Get that. Imagine your belt buckle, your whole belt turns round, keeping it nice and level.
His long drive of the week, 321 yards. A little domination from Justin Rose. Dominating distance presented by TaylorMade. We'll continue with some of the earlier action here in round 3. The Memorial Tournament presented by Morgan Stanley on CBS.
Today I'm going to hit every fairway. Today I'm going to think through every shot. Today I'm going to drain every putt. Today I'm going to be aggressive.
Today, I'm going to put myself in position to win.
And trust the one piece of equipment that I use on every shot. My golf ball.
Find out which Titleist is right for your game at Titleist.com.
Our enemy will feel the bites of our iron.
Unleash the power of iron with new Scott's EcoSense Weed Be Gone. It's made with iron to get right inside the cell structure of weeds so they turn black, disappear, and your grass comes back good and green. New Scott's EcoSense Weed Be Gone. Kills weeds, not lawns.
Conventional automotive frames absorb energy. But this one does more. It collapses in some areas while staying rigid in others to help redirect energy around the cabin and away from you. The ACE body structure in the Acura MDX. The most innovative thinking you'll find in an Acura.
Stay cool with a cool soft drink from McDonald's. Any soft drink, any size, just $1 all summer.
The Hard and Stroke Lottery early bird deadline is in 5 days. Buy early and you could win to the tune of $300 grand. There's millions in cash and exciting prizes. It's your best odds ever, 1 in 3. The deadline is in 5 days. Call or order online now.
Monday, CSI Miami, this pop star's career was on fire. And then some bad things happened. We'll try to solve it Monday, CSI Miami, only CBS. Check out PGAtour.com, golf's #1 website. For the most in-depth coverage of the tour, all the player features and expert analysis. Log on and get connected to the PGA Tour right now. We're going to go reconnect Nick with our coverage from earlier today here, round 3 at Muirfield Village. Brandon DeJong at the first tee. Brendan with that high finish at Charlotte. The tournament won by Rory McIlroy, who is in fact in this very grouping, as well as Rory Sabatini. We got the Rorys, we got Brendan, and we've got David Feherty all out there marching together.
A big, strong fella.
Up next, from Belfast, North Ireland, Rory McIlroy.
How many times have you walked with Rory McIlroy, David?
This will be the third time.
Uh-huh. Okay, we know 62, right? You walked with him in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one?
Would have been the third run in Charlotte.
Okay.
Three wood.
He came back big yesterday with 68 late in the day. After opening with 72.
Final member of this group from Fort Worth, Texas, Rory Sabatini.
What are the odds of getting two Rorys in the same group?
Be a lot of roars.
My youngest son is called Rory.
There you go. He should be here with you.
Yeah. It means the Red King.
Okay.
The last king of Ireland was Rory.
Are you interpreting that to be the king of red numbers too, perhaps?
Maybe.
Okay.
Well, I think it being so soft, I like the driver for these players because it's still 35 yards plus wide.
Let's go up to the green and Dustin Johnson.
Well, I'm amazed he's having the flag taken out because up over that hill, you can only just see it.
He's a tall fella, though. Yeah. Using that 6'4" size.
Yeah.
Peek over that little slope. Much like you.
I did a lot of good peeping.
Let's go to 12 and Bubba Watson.
Let's see if he's got a fraction more yardage to work with. Anything in that back left corner was a brutal up and down through the week.
Ricky Barnes birdie putt at 1 on the way. Oh, how about that, Peter?
Very nicely played hole by Ricky Barnes. And that's the club right there. If he gets that club going, we'll find him in the winner's circle here eventually.
How long is Tiger's putt?
Well, it's probably about 22 feet or so back up the slope. Should be moving to the right.
You know, since he came back, you know, going through the Augusta tournament and fourth place finish there, Charlotte, Players Championship this week, what has the putter been like for him?
Well, it's saved him on numerous occasions, although he feels like he hasn't putted well.
The strokes always look good. Maybe down to, you know, just the read is, you know, if you're not out there every week. So what's wrong with that read? Oh, that's what's been happening more.
Wow.
Power lip outs. He had a couple yesterday.
That was brutal. That way he was
on his way, wasn't he? Thank you very much.
Early call will get you every time.
Yeah, but that didn't look like there was any way it was going to spin out. He had a beautiful putt. That's what happened to him on the first hole on Thursday, too. He had a putt for par. It was a nasty lip out just like that one. What's with this cup? It already had denied Tim Clark and Zach Johnson up ahead, but theirs not struck as solidly or middle of the cup as that.
Well, it should go exactly as it did. It should break fraction left to right.
You know, Johnson with what's left here for his par. Oh boy.
Yeah, that looked, it was like he was on the blade a long time. Just a sloppy drag. A fraction of a drag, but that's the difference.
A bogey by Johnson, par for Woods, birdie for Barnes. Let's go to 2.
And last week's winner, Zach Johnson, firing in here to the par 4, slightly downhill, 455. And that's where the players are aiming. You do not want to go long here. 3 good shots in. I'll take a little stroll down there. Hopefully make a good birdie here at the second.
Next week on ET Canada, all new interviews with Bradley Cooper, Jessica Biel, Liam Neeson, Selma Hayek, and Michael Keaton.
next week on ET Canada.
Many of the world's top pros wear a shoe with traditional styling, like the stunning FJ Icon. Others prefer a shoe with crossover styling, like one of the FJ Synergies with the latest technology innovations. And since nearly 2 out of 3 PGA Tour pros wear FootJoy shoes, having the choice between FJ Icon and Synergy makes everyone a winner.
Dad!
Hey, sweetheart. Good to meet you, Tim.
Likewise, sir.
Beautiful new BMW.
Beautiful, yes, but not new.
Son, I know a new car when I see one.
Yeah, but it's pre-owned.
Right. And you'll get the master suite tonight, Tim.
Looks like new, performs like new. And with a protection plan for up to 6 years or 160,000 kilometers, it's hard to believe it's pre-owned. And now, great value with financing rates starting at just 0.9%.
The Nikon D5000 sees life the way you do. It's a digital SLR camera that takes stunning images. And when life starts to move, the D5000 shoots outstanding HD video. Look around. Life is beautiful. Everything you've just seen was shot with the Nikon D5000.
Hi, my name is Rick. 5 years ago, a young girl named Hannah introduced herself to me while I was eating at a soup kitchen. She told me she cared about me and loved me. For most of my adult life, I have lived on the streets and run down hotels or in shelters.
Rick is no longer homeless. He has overcome tremendous obstacles. He inspires me every day.
Supporting the Ladybug Foundation means that Canada's homeless have someone caring and hoping for them.
Well, as you can see, the range is open for business. And tournament leader Ricky Fowler is going back through the warm-up process. Stuart Sink right behind him. Well, traveling around as much as we do here at CBS Sports, the golf tour is very much a family atmosphere out here. And unfortunately, this week we had 3 tough losses in our CBS Sports golf family. Sean Boring is one of our cameramen each week, lost his mother, Deanne Boring. Hearts go out to you, Sean, your family. Drew Larson, one of our spotters on the course and production assistants. He lost his grandfather, Hugh Bud Simpson, in the past few days. And then there's Rick Folio, one of our talent statisticians and editorial consultants to Gary McCord. He lost his mother, Mary Augusta Folio. And Rick, we're all thinking of you, pal. Rick, Drew, and Sean, your CBS Golf family, sending along heartfelt condolences to each and every one of you with your difficult losses.
The new Wilson Staff D-Fi combo set, featuring the revolutionary half and half shaft, a gold winner on Golf Digest's hot list.
That felt good.
Feels really, really strong.
Half and half technology was pioneered in premium DeMarini baseball bats.
The #1 request I get from all of my students is how can I hit the ball farther? Wilson half and half shaft technology does just what this $400 bat does. It takes the weight from underneath the hands and moves it out to the club head. The result? More power.
Many players choose steel for its consistency. Others select graphite to compensate for slower swing speeds. At just 76 grams, half and half technology delivers the best of both worlds. Feel of graphite and the responsive steel.
I noticed right away the ball popped off the head. I got 10 or 20 more yards than I typically do.
My 6-iron has probably been about 5 to 10 yards further, and for me, that's significant.
Put this club in your hand. You've got the best of both worlds.
Defy limits, defy convention, defy expectations. DeFi from Wilson Staff.
Welcome. Don't get many guests during storm season.
Our credit card company couldn't block us forever.
Storm season?
Hey, this doesn't look so bad, huh? Wow, romantic.
Dad needs to switch to Capital One.
With a Miles Plus Platinum MasterCard, travel any airline, anytime. Visit CapitalOne.ca.
What's in your wallet?
toes and boogers.
The Memorial Tournament presented by Morgan Stanley is sponsored by MetLife. Guarantees for the if in life. TaylorMade, the #1 driver in golf. And by Morgan Stanley. Well, let's go around the world of golf. The Principal Charity Classic Champions Tour event. Don Pooley, who won this event in 1987 here at Muirfield Village, shares the lead with Nick Price at this event taking place in Iowa. That's on the champion circuit. B.J. Staton. And Chin Park share the lead on the nationwide circuit. Third round scores. There's Frank Licklider. Kyle Stanley, who made the cut last week at Colonial, on the first page of that leaderboard. Here's a look at the 12th hole. Let's take a look at Shot Link, presented by CDW. What about this 12th hole? How do the numbers add up? Look at the history, some of the recent history of it. And this week, only 52% of the time is the green hit in regulation. And when it is, proximity to the hole, 26 feet.
Is that scrambling, that 40% most of the time? That back left corner is an absolute no-no. Over the green is a no-no. Short in the water is a no-no. Apart from that, it's a piece of cake.
It is a beauty. There's Tiger. He's loosened up enough. Probably go over and work on the practice putting green. Ricky Fowler is the leader. He's without a birdie so far in the round, but he's still on top by 2. We'll be right back.
Closed captioning of this program is brought to you by New Miller Chill. How a light beer with a taste of lime should taste.
It's time to come out and play. This season, why not play in Niagara Falls? There's a lot more going on around here. More to see, more to do, and definitely a lot more fun. And the golf. Whirlpool and Legends on the Niagara, 2 of the best courses you'll find anywhere. Niagara Parks Golf. It's the place to play this season. Call 1-866-GOLF-NIA or go to NiagaraParksGolf.com.
Water like this, close to dams and hydro stations, and even water kilometers away from them, may appear to be safe, but I've seen it change in a snap. Please, don't take chances with your life. Stay clear and stay safe.
This important safety message is brought to you by the Ontario Provincial Police and Ontario Power Generation.
So, Di, is our A player feeling it today?
Should be fun, Scott.
Karaoke is fun. You know, kind of. Shotgun tournaments, though, they're serious business. You bring the goods?
New NXT tour. Loving the consistent control and soft feel.
I got the new NXT because it's long, it's straight, and it's durable, like me.
Very confident. I'm happy we're on the same team.
And I'm happy that I'm on the team.
The new NXT Tour and NXT. 2 new ways to go low.
Brake, gas.
Yes.
Brake, gas.
Stay current with everything happening on the course all tournament long with the live report, live editorial coverage and updates from the first drive to the final putt, the live report. All the information you need to keep up with the tournament online only on PGAtour.com. It's there every week. Jim Furyk. Look at Jim, 9 under, 4 off the lead. And this second side, you know, it's got, again, a lot of risk-reward, feast and famine type action. Let's get a little tour of the second side. Let me hand it off to my man, Nick Faldo, and give us a little description.
Let's have a look at the 14th hole here at Muirfield Village, one of the finest par 4s under 400 yards in the world. And what makes it so fabulous? It's simple layup, about 240 yards. That's all the players need to do, just avoid the rough and the trees on the right and the little creek on the left. And then from there, have a look at the green. Look at the angle of the green. And I'm going to put a couple of lines in here to indicate there's like 3 main areas that the players will shoot at. One in the front of the green, one through the middle of the green, and one in that back right-hand corner. And then that gives you some idea of the degree of accuracy needed. There's no margin of error here. Obviously, the water to the right is no good, and that bunker on the left, almost impossible to get up and down. Now the 15th, you're basically looking at the green wall, the green monster at Fenway Park. Uphill par 5. Players try to blast it up the top of the hill. At the moment, the golf course is very wet. The longest tee shot is about 290 yards. So from there, a lot of players miss this fairway and have to lay up into this little island sliver, which is semi-blind. You can't see the creek down the left, and then from there, that leaves them with a 100-yard shot to a little kidney-shaped green with a couple of contours in it. But the no-nos are on the left-hand side. You cannot get up and down top side, or extremely difficult, and there's a little ridge running through the middle of the green. That's basically the main features. And now let's have a look at the 18th. 444 yards. Players are trying to get out there about 270 on the corner of the dogleg with that little tree there. There's the ideal layup area. We've got a creek on the left, and obviously we've got 8 bunkers there, which are an absolute no-no. And then you turn the corner and shoot slightly uphill. And a couple of the key features on this green, and the most wicked one, is the false front right in that front middle of the green. Any ball that hits that will come up running back down the hill. We have another major ridge through the middle of the green, so that front corner, that feeds all the way down the hill. Little ridge in the green, and the back edge over this green is an absolute no-no.
Not just a no-no, an absolute no-no.
Absolute no-no.
15, the third easiest. 18, always difficult. Often ends up washing out for the week is the most difficult. And we're about 24 minutes out from restart.
You swear to tell the whole truth, so help you God.
Well, it's not possible.
Excuse me? The world's foremost authority in deception detection is back.
I don't believe it. Do you?
No, for a second.
All new episodes all summer long.
What the hell are you?
I'm just another nutcase looking for answers, love.
Lie to me. Monday at 8, 7 Central on Global.
I switched to Strixon 8 years ago, and I've never looked back.
I switched to Strixon for their commitment to technology and performance.
I switched to Strixon for distance control with my irons.
I switched to Strixon for performance I can trust.
Cambié a Strixon por su tecnología.
I switched to Strixon.
I switched to Strixon.
I switched to Strixon. I switched to Strixon.
Make the switch to superior technology. Strixon. Play a better ball.
And now, Freedom 55 Financial presents the PGA Tour leading money earners for this week. Brought to you by Freedom 55 Financial. Create your own tomorrows with Freedom 55 Financial.
Stay cool with a cool soft drink from McDonald's. Any soft drink, any size, just $1 all summer.
Conventional automotive frames absorb energy. But this one does more. It collapses in some areas while staying rigid in others to help redirect energy around the cabin and away from you. The ACE body structure in the Acura MDX. The most innovative thinking you'll find in an Acura.
And a big event going on here at the Memorial Tournament presented by Morgan Stanley. This is going to be in all about an hour and 45-minute weather delay. We certainly didn't mean to deceive you. We first had reports we thought it might not be any more than a half an hour. That's why they did not bring the players in. They had them in safe houses scattered around the course, along the fairways, designated places to go, because they didn't feel a warm-up would be necessary. It wouldn't be that long of a break. But they will be going back out, and just about, well, they'll be heading out here shortly, and we should start within about 20 minutes. This is what the day has looked like early this morning. The plug lies. We showed you the coverage of Baddeley getting in a mess on the second hole. There's been a soggy, rough ride. This is early this morning, the time lapse. Look at that. Look at all the water collecting. 7:45 this morning.
I'd say the drainage is pretty good, eh? Only took a couple of seconds.
And we'll see that too when they go back out here. Although we did not get much rain in this system, this latest system. 6th delay we've had so far for the week. And when they go back out there, Fowler will be playing that par 5 7th hole, leading by 2 over Petrovic and Rose, with whom he's playing. Ricky Barnes is 7 under for the day. Jason Day, a winner just a couple of weeks ago at the Nelson. What a way to back that up. Spencer Levine at 10 under. Furyk at -9. Steve Marino, hot day. Stuart Sink birdied right before the horn. Phil Mickelson has about a 3.5 footer for par at 8. De Jong and O'Hare also at -8. We've been talking all day long, and you have all week, Nick, about the length we're seeing out of Phil Mickelson. Here's an explanation why. Peter Costas, we give it to you.
Let's use the Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera to take a look at the golf swing of Phil Mickelson. Now for Phil, everything revolves around his ability to keep his lower body underneath him in the golf swing. That's what these 2 lines represent. He needs to stay turning his lower body in that space. As he takes the club back, his left knee stays relatively flexed, not too bad. Right knee comes out a little bit, but that's a pretty good position at the top of the backswing in terms of the lower body. But now as he starts back down, he gets the club stuck in a very narrow position, and the only chance he has of getting the club face squarely on the golf ball is for that left knee to come out toward the golf ball. Now watch as he violates that outside line coming forward. His lower body really releases out and past that line. Eventually, he kind of fakes it and brings it back in so that the left knee does touch the right knee, but it was a little bit too late. The result, he did pull hook this tee shot. That's the issue with Phil Mickelson. When his lower body is under control, so is his golf swing.
Well, it's a golf swing that is 8 under par right now, tied for 10th. Timmy Herron fine-tuning his game where he missed the cut last week at Colonial. Driving accuracy much better. In the chase here at Memorial, where he's never won before.
You don't stop for the weekend, and neither do we.
Because news doesn't take the weekend off.
Carolyn McKenzie, Global News, weekends at 6 and 11.
If you summarize Penta, it's 5 layers, 5 levels of performance, and the tour players have been very excited.
Yeah, that's got a lot more check than my ball right now. That's amazing. This ball, we're thinking is getting me more spin around the greens, but you've given me that without taking anything away from the tee shot.
The first thing I noticed off the tee was it was longer, and it doesn't compromise my control.
Every other shot that I tested out here, I didn't feel like I was giving up anything. I mean, the ball performed all the way through.
This message is brought to you by Minhas Creek Craft Brewing Company.
The people of Ontario deserve better beer.
And they deserve better beer prices.
I'm Ravinder Minhas.
And I'm his sister, Manjeet Minhas.
And we are proud to give the people of Ontario what they deserve.
This is Boxer Beer.
Boxer Beer is a 2-row malt beer and is at the lowest legal price in Ontario.
We would like to charge less, but that's against the law.
Why not support the little guy?
And gal.
Boxer Lager, available in all Ontario beer stores.
Great memories stay alive. Via Rail Canada, a more human way to travel.
right, the players, the caddies are starting to return to their positions, and while we have just a little brief break here before the third round resumes, let's go back and give you a little more golf action. Just one little last sample from earlier today. Rory McIlroy in the fairway at the first. David Feherty is there.
166 yards, 8 iron, little downwind.
Looks like he's going to try and draw one from the middle of the green into that hole location. That is very good. Yes.
Oh boy, what a dart.
Yeah.
What do you think, fellas? Is this a day for scoring with this all the moisture on the greens, or is it going to be evened out by all the?
Well, it's been that way all week, Jim. You can see by Fowler and Rose 13 under. That's it. 13 unders have tied the record. 10 unders pretty impressive, and any time it just lands exactly where it stays exactly where it lands, it's going to look so much wider, the golf course.
Let's go to 2.
Yes, it certainly makes the fairways play a lot wider, Nick, doesn't it? As Tiger just gets a bug off the ball there, going with a 3-wood here at the second.
Ricky Barnes has already played and hit drivers, so Tiger electing to lay back. The wind, downwind from the left now, so it's a little bit more of an issue.
Yeah, normally the great thing about these fairways is the way they slope, and so we have to work the ball when it's dry and running. You have to work the ball to hang on to the fairways, don't you?
Definitely. It certainly suits the bombers, the guys that can hit it long and high.
Well, this one has got to work huge because it's way up in the trees.
You can see there he took his hand off the club straight away. Just a big high pull.
That's been his miss, his worst miss so far this week.
Now this was earlier, Ricky's driver. Remember, he played well in conditions similar to these at the US Open last year at Bethpage Black, and they had all that rain. You see the driver will probably go about a yard forwards. Back over to 1.
All right, Sabatini.
The pitching wedge. 140 yards.
Wow, that needs
got to nail it.
Yeah, it needs 100% thump, that one.
Oh, he did it.
How did he get that far?
Back to 2.
Dustin Johnson, also another big bomber with the 3-wood.
No need for a driver for him here.
Not on many holes, Peter, is there for him? He hits it so far. Look at that, he flew it down as far as Ricky Barnes' driver. Dustin's probably a 300-yard 3-wood hitter. Now, Tongchai JD from Thailand. See a lot more of this fellow the last year or so. Plays so well in Asia and Japan when he plays there. Multiple winner, and a lot of good players coming out of Asia now. Korea, China, Thailand. Getting more and more used to playing here and playing with the big boys. Really nice guy. Doesn't say much, nice and quiet, very polite. An extremely hard worker. Now Zach Johnson, boy, he holds some of these on the back 9 last week at the Colonial. Hold 5 putts for birdie on the second 9 alone from well, 3 of them were over 20 feet. This one just under.
Yeah, he held, I think, wasn't 83 feet in 4 putts on that back 9.
Yes, that's right. Just an average just over 20 feet.
I just love his attitude of the speed he wants the golf ball to go into the hole. But mind you, this here, Muirfield Village, is, you've got to putt very much like Jack would putt and die them in, and, always be perfect weight. Jack believed in that. That's his style. He wanted the ball to be hanging around the hole so it would fall in from any angle.
How about, what was your philosophy, Nick? You were an exceptionally good putter in winning your 6 major titles.
Yeah, I think mine, I used to like to run it to the back of the hole. When I putted my best, I had a vision of seeing the line go through the hole. So the hole I basically wanted the hole to get in its way. That's one of my lines my caddy, Dave McNeely, said. He said, just let the hole get in the way. Pick a line and run it through it. So it just frees you up. If you're not afraid of the 3-footer coming back, it's a big help.
Yeah, that's the big difference as we watch Tim Clark here tidy up. Not his favorite distance, that 3.5-footer. Some players see the ball dying in and they pick a spot where it dies in. I was the opposite. I used to see a place in the back of the hole. I used to hit the back of the hole. I was a firm putter. As we go back to one, and Brendan de Jong.
He has a putt here for birdie.
Not much in this one, pretty much straight down the hill, very fast. Well, that was a misread there.
All right, here's a situation over 2. Tiger, Peter, is there.
He's got 192 yards. That's the least of his problems. He does have a tree trouble behind him. So this is going to have to be some sort of a pitch out, I would assume. He might be able to accelerate it and run it on the green where the condition's a little softer.
That's
I
right.
mean, a little harder. Sorry,
yes,
too soft.
Depends on the backswing. If you've got a free swing, you can play a little bit more with shaping the shot.
Well, he elected to go with a cut swing and got it around the tree, and this is a wonderful effort.
And as you say, Peter, that may have really rolled all the way up to the hole had it got a firmer first bounce. Beautifully played. At an unusual stance, you can see there the ball's well below his feet. Maintains his posture so well here. Just watch this, how he maintains the posture, goes down after it, and keeps turning through, Peter.
Interesting there. That tree forced him on the swing plane that I think a lot of people think is better for him anyhow.
I was going to say that as well, Peter. He needs to play off a few ball below feet, maybe a few downhill lies as well to just get steeper on the backswing.
Nice smooth swing there for Dustin Johnson. Good safe shot, just short, just left. Cannot force it here at Muirfield Village. Back to 1.
Sabatini has a birdie putt.
Well,
a little bit right to left.
Yeah, it's up and over and round. Tough one to judge out the gates.
Those are so hard to make. They may be close, but they don't even look like they're makeable with the eye sometimes, do they? Got that hill to first navigate. How's it going to come off of it? Let's go back over to 2.
And Ricky Barnes from the ideal position here.
Just 153.
Just a good solid 9 iron.
Kind of stuck that one in the ground a little bit.
Okay, well, it's not too bad. 20 feet short. Yes, the contact is definitely different when there's this much moisture in the surface. Back to 1.
Can McIlroy begin with a birdie?
Oh, he got fooled there. He was right in, but almost in between the 2 slopes where it was nearly straight, but the bunker on the right, the slope just overpowered it.
He'll be looking for a good weekend again, because that high fade he hits will come in very useful at Pebble Beach.
Consider him a threat there, do you, Nick?
I do. I mean, I like that. I was just trying to think any players who obviously hit it a little bit higher than normal. But, you know, you look at, I mean, Jack Nicklaus won there with his high fade. Obviously, Watson's won there, he drew the ball predominantly. Tiger won in 2000. That was a high fade. So, got to believe that if they can get the golf course firm, that would be a good choice. I'm not too sure which way Tom Kite would work the ball when he won in 92. He was probably more of a lower ball flight. So the bottom line is any ball flight as long as you play great.
It works.
Yeah, that will work round Pebble.
De Jong into par at the first. He stays at 4 under. All right, Ian, they've got this shot length at almost 67 feet over at the second.
Yes, 2 putts would be good here, Jim. Just cozy it up there. Sometimes with these long putts, you're trying to hole it, you're trying to hit the best putt you can. I think that's the predominant thought you must have, is try and hole the putt. But in the back of your mind, you're also thinking, let's just get it up there somewhere where you leave a little less stressful putt for your second putt.
Yeah, I agree with that, Ian. That was always my philosophy at Augusta, where you go and have a little wander, have a look at the hole and think, well, I either want this. If I'm going to miss this, I either miss it short at 6 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, you know, or go past. Yeah, exactly that. Look for where if you're going to leave 4 or 6 feet, it's no more than a, you know, a left edge, right edge putt.
Yes. The other thing, guys, is the greens are so soft, and so much of your feel for the speed of the greens comes from your feet.
Good point.
They feel softer and therefore slower, but they're not very slow.
Well, plus the color. They're a beautiful bottle green, yet they're running at about 14 on the stimp. That's a real delusion for the players.
Not a bad effort there, right on line. Looks from here about 5 feet short. And Tom Lehman here, the winner last week on the Champions Tour, the Senior PGA Championship, where he beat Freddie Couples and David Frost in a 3-man playoff. He's kept himself in good shape and played here on the tour right through his 40s. I think that's very important once you join the Champions Tour, is to stay competitive out here. Now Dustin Johnson. Also a wonderful putter for such a big hitter. Little more work than he would have liked there. He'll mark that and get it out of the way of Tiger's putt behind him.
I've had enough of everything.
Ever since we started taking my mother-in-law to Falls View Casino, she's a changed woman.
Mom! My baby. Oh. Everything in your house is so spotless.
Mom, this is even better than you make.
This? Definitely better. Way better. See? So good.
On its own, a brick is just a piece of clay. But put to work, a brick can help build a hospital, or a school, a place to come together, or a way to get around. Ontario savings bonds are building blocks for our province. Guaranteed investments that let you invest where you live. Brick by brick, let's build a stronger province. Buy Ontario savings bonds where you bank from June 1st to 21st.
We're back here at Memorial, and the most extensive stats in golf are only on PGAtour.com, with new categories such as club head speed, ball speed, longest hole out. It's all there. It's where you get connected to the game, folks. PGAtour.com. So Phil Mickelson will be coming out facing about 3.5 feet over on that 8th green for his par. He's come out of the bunker, hit a beautiful bunker shot. There's his mark right there. Gotta think he's already rolled in about 15 in a row, those up on the practice putting green. Tiger has gone birdie after a double, and he has a 15-footer or so over 13 for a birdie. Ricky Fowler getting back in position as well. So Bones and Phil not ready to step in. Sink's already holed out. He's playing with Phil. He made his 2 at the 8th. Zach Johnson. So maybe the break was good for Ricky Fowler. Nick Faldo and Jack Nicklaus both now back up here in the booth at 18. And let's keep our fingers crossed, but I think we've got the weather gods with us the rest of the day. And folks, I do want to make this little declaration too. We are going to be on until 6 o'clock Eastern time on the CBS television network, and then after that it will switch over. We're going to have bonus 3rd round coverage. We're going to stay right in position here until the end of the 3rd round. It could be taking us somewhere close to 8:15 tonight on the Golf Channel. And again, we're back tomorrow too, with also extended coverage tomorrow beginning at 1:30 Eastern time. Mark that special start time tomorrow 90 minutes earlier than normal. We'll have full coverage tomorrow here on CBS. What we're talking about tomorrow. Mr. Nicklaus will be waiting by that 18th green for one of the handshakes you can only dream of when you start learning how to play this game, to walk off the 18th at Muirfield Village and have Jack Nicklaus salute and congratulate you on a victory. Phil Mickelson wants that feeling. He has never won here before. He loves this course. He expressed that openly to you, Jack, this week, and he really would like to win this one to add it to his resume.
I told him earlier in the week, I said, Phil, you know the old statement that Bobby Jones used to say about St. Andrews. Well, I said, a golfer's resume is not complete until he wins the Memorial.
There's a lot of truth in that.
Oh,
you look at,
wanted to do
absolutely.
that.
You look at your list of champions. So here we go. So step right in. And 5:15 on the button, Nick. Here we go. Let's enjoy the ride to the finish tonight on CBS and later the Golf Channel. This looks more like 4 feet. I was thinking 3. He drilled it. Looks like he had up on the putting green a number of times in a row. So that's a great sand save. It stretched out over about an hour and 45 minutes. And he'll head over to the 9th. And we're at the 13th. Tiger about to step in for a birdie bid. Ian Baker Finch, Gary McCord, David Faraday, Peter Costas. CBS golf team on hand here in Dublin, Ohio. And let's go to 13 now with Gary.
13th hole, 455 yards. It kind of swings right to left. Tiger Woods now putting down the hill, about 25 feet for his birdie. He is 4 under par, 1 under par for the day. You see, he just nudged that. Look at the speed. It is just amazing the amount of rain we've had and how good these greens are and how fast they still are. The guys told me on Tuesday and Wednesday, he said the speed was up to 14 and a half on a stent meter, which is linoleum. And they haven't lost a whole lot, and we've had, I'm guessing, 3 inches of rain since then, maybe 2. And now we'll go to the 7th hole. We've got 563, par 5. And Ricky's got a long iron. I'm assuming this is a layup.
Yeah, I kind of halfway expected him to take a leap at this, 262 to the front. But deciding to be older and wiser. Must have learned that from you.
Yes, no question. Guys are on the green, so he's definitely laying up. Perfect position right there. A couple of guys have launched it on this green in 2 today. Some of the big hitters. Ball obviously getting no roll whatsoever. In fact, they're backing up a little bit on the fairways. Now we'll crawl back. Hottest round on the golf course today. Ricky Barnes of that 10 under. He's 7 under today. That is a heck of a round. That's 3 shots clear of the next best round. You can see that start he had on the back 9, birdie 10, an unbelievable difficult par 4 up the hill, and then hold it for an eagle on 11.
Here we go. Yeah. It's showtime.
Oh, yeah. Ian Poulter defeats Paul Casey.
That is a beautiful way to end a great week for Camilo Villegas.
Ernie Els, the winner here of the WGCCA Championship for the 2nd time.
Ernie Els wins in back-to-back starts.
Jim Furyk is a winner again on the PGA Tour.
Sure, you play to win, but it's in the moments between strokes, as you walk the fairway with friends, that the game really unfolds. That's why you came here in the first place. One good round deserves another. Grey Goose, world's best tasting vodka.
Nikon introduces their most impressive Cool Picks lineup yet.
Cool colors complement great styles and easy-to-use features. There's incredible zooms, and even one with a versatile, adjustable screen. Imagine switching to beautiful HD video with just a push of a button. Or using fingertip control to capture, view, and retouch pictures. Add a little Nikon to your life.
One sunrise, more beauty. One bomb, more envy. One recovery, more celebration. One bunker, more bunkers. One putt, more birdies. Club Link, one membership, more golf.
Closed captioning of this program is brought to you in part by Volkswagen's Autobahn for All sales event. With great deals on all models, you have the right to affordable German engineering right now.
Justin Rose.
102 yards of the sand wedge. Spin may be a problem here.
Oh, yeah.
With these shots. Just didn't fly it far enough.
That hole today cut back on the right portion of the screen, back right. A little shelf back there. You got it up on top. And let's go to 14.
And Tiger Woods is taking an iron from the tee here.
Tees up today a little bit. Hole playing about 320. Just down the right side of the fairway.
Peter, we've already seen 7 players go for the green today, 3 of them actually on the surface. So an interesting hole, the short par 4 14, as we head back over to the 7th.
It's from 85 yards. Ricky Fowler driving that one in low. Ooh. Oh, a little unlucky there, maybe.
That was. It might hit him just on the collar. That thing should have just jumped back at him a little bit.
Looks like it's got a lump of mud on it, even from here.
Yeah, let's go to 14.
And Peter, an interesting play here for Ricky Barnes, also with the iron.
Well, you know, had he been playing on through and not had this delay, I think he might have been a little bit more aggressive, but it's a smart play for now.
I think it's smart too, but the bigger hitters like Dustin Johnson, I'll be surprised if he lays it up. So we go back to the par 5.
Temperature now.
78 yards. Just a sand wedge. Oh boy, he stuck that, speared that into the dirt.
Looked like he feigned an impact, didn't it, David? He just got to quit on it. And he threw a big old wheelbarrow there at him. And look at that. You can start a lawn with that divot. Nice lawn, too. Let's go to 14.
Wow. He's going with the driver, having a crack at it.
And this is on a wonderful line. Just left of the hole.
This will carry it, won't it?
Oh, wow. Well, the closest I've seen is 8 feet. Martin Laird hit it to 8 feet earlier. And Dustin Johnson's got an eagle putt at the 14th. A wonderful short par 4 today, playing 1 tee up as Peter Costas is out there. We'll head over to the last of the front 9.
Yeah, and Mickelson 2 under on this side.
Yeah, players just looking to pop it on top of the hill, 260 yards.
Hang on. A little skittish about this one. He did hang on. That's it with these soft conditions.
You must hit the fairway today. I mean, the whole location is on 6, right on the front 4 from the right edge, with no safety net.
And we're back at 14 after that thunderous tee shot by Dustin Johnson, who needs to make something happen. He's even on the day. And Tiger now starting to simmer with birdies at 11 and 12.
Well, Tiger now has 114 left. Downwind, would like to hit it probably about 118, maybe even 120. Because I expect it'll spin back to the hole rather easily.
Yeah, and a little left to right. So he's well open there. He'll try and cut this in and spin it left right.
Yeah, there's the 120. And I believe that ball picked up some mud after it landed.
Yes, they're just not zipping back because there's so much moisture in the surface. They're not getting that nice firm chew that the ball takes when the greens are really firm and spinny. A similar address position here for Ricky Barnes. Try and cut it in a little bit.
Only 104, kind of dead-handed going at it.
They won't be happy with those two from that distance. They would be expecting to be inside the 10 feet mark with an easier birdie attempt. Back to 7.
Justin Rose way down there, holds way up here.
Up the hill and over the shoulder.
The grandmother's house we go. Oh, goodness, I thought he hold that. We have seen some bombs hold this week. And let's go to 9.
Coming in on Mickelson after.
I mean, Phil's got to like this one, Jim. You know, it's hardly call it front right hole location, but you can just, you know, give himself 2 yards, hit a tiny draw, take a little bit of spin off, and jeepers, like a yard to play with at that shot.
Hit the guardrail right off the fringe. Back over to 7.
Kind of the same theme here, David. Up the hill and then back down the hill.
And Tim Petrovic, he may have to smooch with the fringe here on the right as well, which makes it more complicated.
That part of the green will be a little wetter.
Good effort.
Got about 4 or 5 feet left. Justin Rose and that gentleman right there, they're tied at 11 under par, 2 shots back. Ricky Fowler for the week. 10 birdies, 2 eagles, 1 bogey. That was the first day. 29 pars. So the youngster who just saw this golf course starting on Tuesday has learned real quick. You can see Phoenix Open. Just about won the Fries in October last year, got in a playoff and lost that, and came back to Phoenix and had a really good look at a win there and got really close. And he's been good this year. When he's good, he's good. When he's bad, he keeps missing the cuts, but he hasn't been putting too well. He's ranked way too high in with the putter for a guy that can really roll it. And this week he's been really rolling it.
I expected that to go a little right. I got to be honest, so did I.
I think he's got the hang of the greens. I mean, when you shoot 131 in this golf course, 65, 66, you got the hang of the greens.
Looking vaguely Smurf-like.
Yes. He's really, this kid is amazing. He's 21 because he never, ever, ever gets mad. And I don't understand that at 21. Never gets mad. Let's go to 14.
And another young man that is playing some sensational golf. This from 36 feet for the eagle. And we've only seen 1 eagle here today at 14, and that was actually DA points from back in the fairway. So of the 8 players that have knocked it on the, or had a go at knocking it on the green, no eagles, and 1 eagle from the fairway. Back over to 7.
Alrighty, Tim Petrovic. 4-footer. Let's just hit this real hard right in the middle. Take no prisoners. That's an interesting angle. You see how far his right finger was wrapped down that shaft.
Is that the over 40s finger?
No, the over 40 is a straight finger down the shaft. He had kind of a back end lock on it, but it was way down there, so it's a semi 40. Elderly, 35 to 39. Justin knocked that one right in the back. Really good at that distance. You can see just kind of these guys, nothing really going on here in this last group. We got to get something going here, get them all fired up. All right, I got a feeling on this putter. On this putt, I got a feeling.
Well, Gary,
I got a feeling.
It's downhill again, similar to the same length and style of putt as he had at 13. Pretty quick.
Should move a little bit to the right.
Come on.
Wow, it didn't. He had read it that way.
Peter, his speed is a little off today, isn't it? It's a little slow as we head over to 9.
Mickelson for birdie.
I assume it's just far enough away, yes, to have freedom of a backstroke.
Well, he's not done anything spectacular today, but he's picked up 2 shots on that side. And again, Fowler has not raised the bar a single notch. So Mickelson makes the turn 5 back as we go back to 14.
And Ricky Barnes has a birdie putt here to go 8 under for the day and jump up into a tie for second at 11 under.
Just a little bit uphill in the beginning, and then it should move left toward the hole.
So that's a better speed. Ricky Barnes is the man out there today. Look at that second 9. He is 8 under par today and 11 under for the tournament. Justin Rose a little disappointing on the 7th, only made a par, but playing alongside Tim Petrovic, also making a good putt there. But the leader here at the Memorial Tournament is Ricky Fowler, dressed in blue.
There's more going on in Africa than soccer. Join Global National for a different look at the host of the beautiful game. Kick off South Africa on Monday's Global National.
We have broken another distance barrier. We shattered it with lighter components, longer shafts, faster club head speeds. We demolished it with total adjustability, a 460cc head, optimizing ball flights. The 2010 Burner Superfast and 2010 R9 Super Tri. Where will your distance come from?
Stay cool with McDonald's Dollar Drink Days. Any soft drink, any size, just $1 all summer.
You want to write your own rules. Instill your own values. Explore your own talents. Choose your own surroundings. And celebrate your own victories, don't you? Well, it'll be a lot easier if you have your own Freedom 55 financial security advisor to help point you in the right direction. Freedom 55 Financial. Create your own tomorrows.
Wherever the game takes you, Transitions is your best playing partner. Transitions lenses adapt to changing light to help you stay comfortable and in the zone in all light conditions, both on and off the course. Kenny Perry and Trevor Immelman have made Transitions part of their game. Ask your eye care professional today which Transitions lenses are right for you.
And we're back at Muirfield Village Golf Club, the Memorial Tournament presented by Morgan Stanley. Jack Nicklaus, his tournament, his course, and he's with us, which we're always so pleased to have you watch it unfold right here from the 18th Towers. Makes it one of my favorite weeks of the whole year, Jack.
Well, thanks, Jim. I enjoy it too. Always enjoy coming up here and being with you guys and watching some good golf. You know, it's the best place to watch it from.
It really is. This 8th hole, what a narrow little target that is. Ian?
6-iron from Justin Rose.
Yes, Jim, it certainly is. And Mr. Nicklaus, you feel free to come up to the 17th tower and join me anytime you like too. I'd love to have you here with me.
I'm right over, Ian.
Thanks very much. Tim Petrovic now with a 5-iron, one more, a little earlier. Boy, it looks like he barely swings
It looks like he barely turned on that one.
That's why the pull, Nick.
Yeah, well, if he gets nervous with that half turn, it's going to be a minus turn.
And now live, this is the exact opposite. Just watch how much Ricky Fowler turns and how hard he accelerates through. Totally different to Tim Petrovic.
He has 6.
Almost looks like a different game when you compare those two swings. But they found the same place. The bunker, we saw Phil Mickelson get it up so up and down so deftly just a little while ago. That's a tough little bunker shot. Over to 15.
Ricky Barnes.
Trying to blast it. Uh-oh. Every player tries to force it. It's just... oh, where did that go, Peter?
Well, it's in the fairway. It's on a severe uphill, and it's about 75 yards back of where it should be.
How far did he hit that?
175.
220.
Okay. I think Ricky, with that 8 under par round to this point, had another 3 dancing on his brain.
They're trying to force it up that hill. It's a difficult tee shot. There's absolutely no give in that fairway.
Rory McIlroy at -7 with Sean O'Hare, and another good week for Jeff Overton. And now it's Tiger's turn at the 15th.
Hey, look at this. The average drives this up the 15th is only 260 yards. That gives you some idea. And the longest out there, actually Aaron Badley got it 287. So that gives you some idea. It's uphill. I don't know what that could. 7 degrees.
Tiger stepped out. I don't think he liked his alignment. Got back in, reset.
We have a 12. Anytime we see a 12 from Tiger,
usually means good result.
Well, it's in the fairway, but it's a long way back.
Why does this one play so long, Jack, up that hill?
I'm sorry,
Why
Nick?
does that one play so long up that hill?
I don't know. You know, it's a hole that's just plays long. They play into the face, and of course we moved the tee back about, I don't know, 3 years ago, and that made a big difference.
That'll be in our compound.
And if not careful, that might be gone.
That might be OB.
Remember earlier, Tiger Woods hit it out of bounds here on the 10th tee today.
Tiger hit it right out of bounds. Phil looks like he's left out of bounds. Wow.
Boy, he's been driving it so well. All of a sudden, foul ball down the left field line. The Memorial Tournament on CBS continues. Third round coverage in a moment.
I'm thinking all the time.
I'm thinking a good drive puts me inside 100 yards.
Hitting a hard 8 or feathering a 7.
Thinking about whether to draw it or hitting a high fade.
I'm thinking about being aggressive.
The green, picking a spot.
Keeping it under the wind.
I'm thinking all the time.
And when I'm in the moment.
When I absolutely need to make a shot.
There's one thing I don't have to think about.
My golf ball.
I trust it that much.
Pro V1 and Pro V1X, the most trusted ball in golf.
Take your photography further with the Nikon D90, offering HD video with sound. With outstanding image quality, it exceeds the demands of passionate photographers. It's everything you expect from Nikon.
I know what you're thinking. Looks hardy. That's because it is. After all, it's called the Big Breakfast. And the middle name? Huh, like there's room for that.
In Niagara Falls, the only thing they take more seriously than their golf is their fun. The Niagara Golf Trail.
I've had enough of everything.
The Memorial Tournament, presented by Morgan Stanley, is sponsored by CDW, the official technology partner of the PGA Tour. Titleist, the most trusted ball in golf. Find out which Titleist is best for your game at Titleist.com. And by Morgan Stanley. Phil drove it so far left, you could only hope. It looked like it was going to be in the forest. Hope for a little room service or some sort of like unique catering or something to kick that ball back out into play. And he's just fine there, Jay.
He's just fine. He's not going to have any problem, I don't think, at all there.
Really? Looks blocked to me.
Over to the 8th.
And Ricky Fowler from a good lie.
Yeah, and just a little bit on the upslope there.
Beautifully played. Just about 2.5 feet away, David.
Yeah.
Lovely shot.
And earlier, Petrovic, it looked like a similar shot, but this was a little bit on the downslope, and what a different challenge.
Actually played a pretty good shot to get it to about 10 or 12 feet.
Yeah, he did.
Now let's take a look at Ricky Fowler's shot here. Once again, as David told us, the ball had rolled in, so it's slightly on the upslope, and the club face stays open, way open. See how that's the way to play it. Those of you waiting at home and wondering how they get it out of the bunkers so well, see how open the face is. Even all the way through here, the face stays open. And that's the key. Just slide underneath it, like taking an egg out of a frying pan with the egg flip. Just flip underneath it.
Is that in the kitchen or out the kitchen?
Either way.
Oh, Rosie. Oh, again.
He has just badgered the cup from all over the place.
Excellent speed there for Justin Rose as we're taking a look there at Mickelson's ball.
Didn't you think that was like Roger over and out with that tee shot?
I certainly did. I certainly did. Back to 8 now. Petrovic for par. What a putting stroke right there. It all matches, doesn't it? The smooth, easy rhythm from the tee, the speed that he walks, his gait, the putting stroke, everything. Let's go to 15 now.
On the upslope, Peter.
Well, just shy of 270 to the hole, so he just kind of sticks it in the ground and advances it.
Sure did. To the little island over the hill. Oh, nice nudge. Needed that. Didn't want to hang up in that bank. Can Tiger go for it from back there?
Yes, he can. He's got 245 to the hole, 238 to the front.
All right, let's go back to Ian at 10.
Well, I got this one, and I don't know if he can get in there. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be a little. Now, I guarantee he's going to try. It's perfect. Keep your eye on the ball, ladies and gentlemen, at all times. Never, ever take your eye off the ball in golf. Okay, he's going to figure out. He's going to try to figure out how to hit this on the green. He's got 9 miles left here. Ricky Fowler did tap his in. This is one of those Bones is trying to talk him out of it. He's got 201 yards to go, staring a tree right in the face. He gave it a whack. Where is it? Okay, all right. He got it caught up there in some stuff, but he gave it a go. He's going to have fine tar all over his nose, but he'll get that cleaned up. We're here at the Memorial Tournament. 3rd round coverage, CBS Sports.
Fishing for northern pike, no Motrin required. Tapping for maple syrup, no Motrin required. Tumbling off a big ball, receiving a sucker punch to the head, dodging a rotating sweeper arm, spinning helplessly, flying from a giant catapult, and riding a dozen donuts. Motrin may be required. TV Tropolis is bringing Wipeout to Canada, and you could be a contestant. Apply now, but hurry. You only have until July 1st. Go to wipeoutcanada.com. Brought to you by Motrin. Targets your pain where it hurts.
How about a bedtime snack? Yay! Come on. It's your favorite. Perfect. With milk in. Okay. Woo! That's good.
At the end of the day, a bowl of Rice Krispies.
What do you hear? I think it's saying night-night.
Sounds pretty good.
All done. Good job. Mustache.
I like your messy hair. I like the clothes you wear. I like the way you sing. And when you dance with me, you always make me.
We believe you're at your best when you can truly be yourself. And at Holiday Inn, you always can. Holiday Inn. Stay you. And now stay and save up to 15% off Air Canada flights. Plus get bonus airplane miles.
What is iPad? iPad is thin. iPad is beautiful. iPad goes anywhere and lasts all day. There's no right way or wrong way. It's crazy powerful. It's magical. You already know how to use it. It's 200,000 apps and counting. All the world's websites in your hands. It's more video, photos, and music than you could enjoy in a lifetime. It's already a revolution, and it's only just begun.
Have you heard? You can follow Global on Twitter. Click on the link at globaltv.com to get the latest insider info and gossip on your favorite global shows and stars.
We're on the tee at the 9th with Justin Rose, who shares second. 2 behind Ricky Fowler.
Everything is just pretty with what he does.
Yeah, all the lines look beautiful, don't they, David?
It looks sort of Weiskopf-esque.
Earlier, this is Tim Petrovic, who has not missed a fairway on the front side this week. He's 20 for 20 coming up to this shot. And stays perfect. 21 of 21 fairways.
That's impressive. Oh, going with driver, trying to get it down over the hill. And yes, I guess with the follow through, picks the tee peg up. Actually kind of just chopped that one up, just necked it up into the air. And
let's go back over to the 10th, Gary.
Yeah, you gotta love this, don't you? Hit it 340 off the tee and then hits it in the forest over there, comes back out, tries to hit it, is facing the tree. You know he's going to make par. It's Phil Mickelson. You know he's going to make par. He's going to have about 8 feet there left for his par on 10. Let's go to 15.
Third shot, Ricky Barnes.
From just 90 yards, a knockdown pitching wedge.
Is it coming back?
Oh, it is. It's going to be perfect. Come over the hill. Break down the hill.
Oh, my goodness. Keep coming.
Hold on at 11.
Wow, look at this. To go to 9 under on the day.
His average from pitching from 100 yards pretty good. It's about a foot for 2 shots.
This was earlier. Tiger taking a rip at it in 2.
With a 3-wood from 245, and he put this on a wonderful line just left of the hole.
Amazing. No. If it hangs up there. Well, very playable, but just fast.
He expected a better result than that one.
He just would needed 2 yards of fade, and that would have fed onto the green.
Fowler, nothing happening so far. How do you prefer your Ricky, folks? Do you prefer an IE in Fowler or a Y in Barnes? It'll be a little Ricky final pairing tomorrow. The MetLife shot of the day. Here we go. And there are a couple of candidates, but I think this is going to be the one. Ricky Barnes at the 11th.
Yeah, just to outdo what he did on 15.
With an eagle. And the MetLife shot of the day. He's got a virtual tap-in birdie coming up at 15, too. As we return to the 9th, and Petrovic.
148 yards and an 8-iron, which is a lot of club, but you definitely, oh boy, that sounded a little splattery again.
It's a scary hole location, isn't it, David?
Yes, it is.
You know, it's interesting. We've been watching some of these shots. You've said he hasn't turned a few times, and he kind of laid the sod over it. He's faring the best, though, out of this last group. He's a couple under. Well, Rose is 1 under, and Fowler's even for the day.
Rhythm or tempo is the glue that sticks it all together, and he's got the smoothest tempos out there right now.
Over to 10.
A Mickelson par, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? They're out of bounds, basically, over in our compound. Squirrel threw it back in. Head in a tree. Hit a fat 6-iron because he couldn't see the ball. Wedged it to here. Continue the story, Phil. No. Oh, would have been a great one, though, wouldn't it? Phil's going to get a bogey here. If he can knock that one in. 2 under par going in this hole. Looks like he's going to limp off at 1 under. And let's go see this eagle flop here.
Got to land it just on the corner of the green, I think. There's a ridge there heading down to the hole location.
I wonder if he has thoughts of 11 last year over the green. Hold it out for an eagle. A similar type shot.
That will get there. Ooh. Just about. Very good.
I'll have that putt to go to 2 under for the day. Over at 9, it's Rose.
And he's got a 9-iron. He knows a fat 8-iron will get him flag high. Oh boy! And the farther right you go,
What
the
happened?
farther the carry. That's 9-iron.
Oh, he's been
boy.
perfect. Every shot's been perfect. And then soon you're under pressure, blocks one.
All right. So now Fowler. Oh, that was.
That's a 9-iron also.
Yeah, a safe one.
Only 123
Beautiful.
yards. Just took something off, and what a beautiful shot.
Yeah, maybe ready to get on the board. Good action there, Jack.
That was a nice swing.
He's got a good pair of hands, isn't he, Jack?
He's very quick. No question about that.
Over to 10.
For the bogey. Got a par 5 coming up, though. We're going to warm that driver up, I'll guarantee, on the next hole. Make a bogey. Let's hit a 340 right down the middle again. Hit an iron on the green. Make an eagle. Make up for that. Yeah.
He's going to hit a 2-iron, and then he's going to hit a 3-wood
on. He might hit the driver, though. He might. He hit a driver on 14 yesterday.
You're right.
He shouldn't.
He's in sort of just short of suicide mode, isn't he, right now?
Yeah, well, and he knows he's hitting it long, and Phil loves it when he knows he's hitting it long. That's the greatest thing in the world for Phil, when he knows he can bomb it by everybody. He is so happy when that happens. Let's go to 15 and watch all these birdies.
All right. Well, first up, it'll be Woods.
He's about an inch outside of Ricky Barnes.
And there you go.
The Tiger now gets back into red figures for the day at -5. Ricky has this to go.
Wow.
9 under for the day.
He sweeps it in. This was some performance. Look at this second side, too. Look at all the threes. He'll take the 4 at 15 after the poor tee shot. Rose in trouble at the 9th. Petro Golf, as he calls it, has led him to a third-place performance so far. Fowler's got second right now. He's only one back. Ricky still holding on to it, but it's down to 1.
The usual?
Yes, please.
Anything else?
When you're trying to manage your weight, tempting treats can be, well, tempting.
No thanks. I'm good.
New Special K fruit crisps are crispy and flaky with a delicious fruit filling. At 100 calories for both, they're a new way Special K helps you manage your weight. Now being good is a cinch. With new Special K fruit crisps.
Chicken Thursday. Chicken Thursday. Oh, look, Chicken Thursday. In a rut, try Old El Paso. It's mucho family fun, and you can say adios to Chicken Thursday. Old El Paso, mucho fun tonight.
Liven up your dinner with new rice side dishes from Old El Paso. Long grain rice, bell peppers, and signature Old El Paso seasoning makes a delicious side to any meal. Find them with other Old El Paso products and enjoy one tonight.
One prestigious design school.
You are an elite group of students. You are expected to excel.
8 elite students.
Let's not talk, let's just drop. It is so far-fetched. Find that in your backyard?
Nobody graduates with honor.
I hate her, and she hates me.
What?
Interior design is an extremely competitive industry. Are you going for a little bit of sabotage?
I don't care. Really. I'm very happy when I am on top.
Design School premieres June 1st, part of Design Tuesday on HGTV.
Here's a fact. Chevrolet Malibu has better highway fuel efficiency than Honda Accord or Toyota Camry. Here are 2 more facts. Malibu uses just 5.9 liters per 100 highway kilometers and has a driving range of up to 1,000 highway kilometers. Here's 1 more fact. With great fuel efficiency like this, you'll run out of fuel before Malibu does. Chevrolet Malibu. Great on gas, great on price. Winner of a Consumer's Digest Best Buy Award, the 2010 Chevrolet Malibu.
All the celebrity news you need to know.
It's everything I thought it would be.
Entertainment Tonight and Entertainment Tonight Canada. Canada's most watched hour of entertainment news. Weeknights on Global.
We're back from the drop zone at the 9th, the 4th shot for Justin Rose.
Just 55 yards. Awkward.
That's almost too close to be scary, but come on, zip.
Just not long enough to get something on it.
He's got to hold a good putt for a bogey.
I don't know if I wouldn't have taken that back a little further, kept keeping the last point in line.
I would have gone back 80 yards.
Petrovic, birdie putt on the way. And I'm going to remind everyone that we will be at the top of the hour here, exiting on CBS, and again returning tomorrow at 1:30. Mark the special time, but we're going to continue tonight on Golf Channel. We're going to immediately switch over. Let's go to the tee at 11.
And Phil with the driver.
Told you.
You got it right, Gary. That's the first for the week.
And he's liking the look of it. That is way down. Way down. Oh, beautiful shot. Oh, a little bit of heat under the collar there after the bogey at 10. Let's go over to 16, Gary.
Oh, he loves to do that. He just loves to do that. 179.
Ricky's got himself an 8-iron, and this should be, with the wind conditions, absolutely perfect yardage.
Yeah, meat. By the way, his low round of the year so far, and he's had a great year, 66. So he has got that thumped. Come on, Ricky, get in there. Get a couple more. Get them all. Well, he's looking up and down, Peter, looking up and down the flag. Oh, right at it. So that's a good look there. That's up the hill and right edge, maybe, something like that. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're talking 9 under par today. 9 under par. Let's go see a birdie putt on 9.
Fowler for his first of the day.
He needs to respond, and he does.
There you go.
That's about time.
14 under. Earlier it was Rose for the bogey 5.
Come on, turn. Very good.
Wow.
Imagine the guys dig so deep. They don't want to give away a double bogey from the middle of the fairway.
You know, when someone shoots a low score like Barnes, what really makes it impressive is when you look at the next best score, which is 5 under. He's 4 clear of that as we go back to 16.
Well, that's only 1, and only 1 under, 4 under. It was 2 5 under, sorry, 1 4 under, rest 3s.
Well, that's a 7-iron from Tiger, and that was too much club, I think.
Kind of flared it over the right. He short-sided it over in the rough. It's going to have a little pitch. He's going to hit that one way up in the air.
Yeah, tricky little delicate up and down. Jack, we'll see you back tomorrow on CBS at 1:30 Eastern Time. Our extended bonus coverage here of the Memorial Tournament. The weather tomorrow afternoon is supposed to be beautiful. And we're coming up on Golf Channel, so get ready to join us there. We're going to take it to the finish here of the 3rd round. And we figure that might take us right up to sunset, pretty much 8:30 in that range. And we're going to be here to present it to you. There's McIlroy. He's picked up another birdie. Rory at 8 under. He makes the strike at the 14th. And Rory is going to be in this movie tomorrow, too. Tiger's position at -5 is tied 21st. Fowler makes his first birdie of the day at the 9th to lead by 2. Ricky Fowler and Ricky Barnes. As this story continues, here's tonight on CBS, 3 Rivers Medium, 48 Hours Mystery on America's #1 network. The story that continues, this emergence, if you will, of these young kids in their 20s, the roaring 20s in golf. It's not Hagen and Jones in that time. It's Fowler, it's McIlroy, it's Barnes, it's Adam Scott, it's Jason Day, and it's all happening here before our very eyes in the last month. Thanks for being with us today, friends. Jack, we'll see you tomorrow on CBS.
Okay, Jim.
We're going to be coming back here in just a moment, folks, on Golf Channel. Again, stay with us. We'll see you at 1:30 tomorrow on the Eye on CBS. And until then, for Nick Faldo and all the crew, Jim Nance saying so long from your field village and the Memorial Tournament.
New this summer.
So you ready to go bust some punks?
Let's go bust some punks. They're TV's newest crime fighters.
Where you going? It's government! You drank a quart of bourbon in the car!
The Good Guys. Series premiere Monday at 9, 8 Central on Global.